I'm wondering slowly that you are no more than a dream.
Right now, Wild Rilla. Oh, getting taken down by Whoopi. What a play by Whoopi!
I'm NRX JZ from Team NRX Jeremiah 2911, and recently we just won the Garena Worlds qualifiers.
Down Wild Rilla on Idra right now. Crush moving in. Is Crush going to get a beautiful BY-15 takedown on Wild Rilla? And one more in there for him. He survives for the time being. Beautifully done by Crush. Idra, the crazy chopper god. Idra chopper gameplay as usual. Goes in for the spam. 2 pieces immediately back to back. They are not rising up. They are getting shut down, baby, with a full-on lockdown by NRX.
I'm confident that when we go here in MSP group stage, I think we will perform well and we can show our best with other teams. We change a little bit in our game plan because we know other teams are studying us, of course. We prepared new tactics, new plays, and that's for you to watch out in the tournament.
Whoopi, your sniper of... Ah! Whoopi on team again! I give you the best sniper from the Philippines!
And Whoopi, he will miss the shot over there, but he will connect!
And one more on Wild Rilla!
For pro snipes, you can watch Whoopi because Whoopi is the best sniper for me.
Heaven, the last player in here, and Heaven gets taken down by Whoopi, and that's the way you did. Whoopi!
I think the biggest threat for me is the RSG, the Resurgence. They're so good, like especially now they've changed their lineup and their new team is stronger. But my message for them is we will still give them a good fight, and we're preparing new play style for them as well.
Whoopi is down as well. Jay-Z with a shotgun of his own. Trying to get everyone down. Jay-Z has one.
Oh, Jay-Z gonna get it. Jay-Z gonna get it. Dolphin goes down.
Indra gets taken down. Cheek has him. And now it is still 3v4. The takedown is trying to be made. NRX is down to just one.
Thank you for supporting our team, NRX Jeremiah 2911. I hope you still support us in this upcoming tournament and catch us in MSP group stage. Hope to see you there, and thank you.
Hi, my name is Ranger. I am the captain of Resurgence MY.
One player in there. All goes in for Rocket. Can't thank you. Heads on fire. What a play.
For the MSP group stage, it's been a very tough training session for us because we finished the World Championship Garena qualifiers. We managed to get 5th out of 6 teams, which is really, very bad. I feel like this time around, team is more dedicated and have a vision to win and become champion once again.
Raven is there. But Rocket comes in. Rocket goes down. Raven on Rocket. One more player. Raven on Sia. One more. Raven!
And Dirk is actually in on an early game. Now this is what I love to see from Dirk. Actually, all of things for 41 Huntsman, he is the anchor.
The recent roster change really helped the whole squad to build up a new vision and new mentality because the 5th player that we got to join us has a very strong mindset of being a winner, a champion.
Lead 75. Lupin once more. Ooh la la.
At this moment of time, I feel like we just want to show our gameplay because we actually managed to set a new meta in the game for the first time. And we tested out against like 4 regions, and it all worked out super well. So if you want to know what's the meta, and just let's face us, and you will know. Yeah.
They are going to just straight away make the rotation into the 4th one because they knew what it takes.
Oh, beautiful play in there by Ranger. Gets a 2-piece for himself with that Predator. For the MY fan who just smile upon 61-10, and just slaying right now is the Terminator as he terminates the bosses of each and every single.
The spirit of winning has changed. Like everyone here really just want to win, and we just want to show that whatever happens back then in MSP Major and also World Champs qualifiers, those were just the past, those were our downfalls, and now it's time to rise up.
Hi, I'm DVT Incendio. I'm from Divinity UPRISIng. We are from Singapore. We are the recent MSP champion.
Throws out the trophies in the DLQ, beautifully done by Heaven. Whoopi goes down. Incendio on Crush. There's Singaporeans. It's a 5-on-1 situation.
In on the 75-point mark to mark the interval, but Charlie is trying to be taken back here by Jay with the Annihilator.
Are we going to be able to see him make a difference? Ooh, we to take it down. One more piece for him. Beautifully done. Wen goes down to him as well. And now for the 3rd one. Beautiful.
For us, being in the competitive scene, winning and losing is very normal. So when we win, we celebrate. But when we lose, we take it as a lesson learned. For us, we definitely improved in our mental. After going through so many intense tournaments with all the high-level teams, we definitely have improved on our mental.
There you go, the attack in there. Wildrilla takes down Warren.
And Wildrilla!
What a play by Wildrilla! Shut up right now. A 2-on-1 situation. Oh, shut up with a backstab. What a play by Shut Up. He lets go. Shut up! Shut up! Beautiful barrel gameplay. Indra goes down as well.
For this coming group stage, I would say the entire tournament, the biggest threat will be NRX because they are the champion of Garena. We'll be looking forward to fighting them. We have seen how you guys play. We will change things up.
To take down the MSP. Good friends they are. But SD, they don't look very friendly in this match at all, man. They are at 129 at the moment, but the Singaporeans just on their heels. One hard point can change everything. Some people know him as Insanio. 3 more seconds in here, and it is Divinity all the way on the 3rd hard point.
Incendio, another 2-piece over there.
Divinity advantages are like we are very versatile. We can play most of the maps, and our communication, I feel that is one of the better ones coming into this tournament.
ELQ, oh, beautifully done. Dub gets taken down.
They have prepared for us. We shall see.
Hello and welcome everybody to, once again, day 4 of the group stages of our MSP Major. I am Black and Blue. With me, AJ Mustacho. How are you doing, my good friend?
I am doing absolutely great. Now, before we kick things off, Black and Blue, I've got one question for you, buddy. Blue?
What is it?
Or red? Which one is it going to be,
Why not
bro?
both? Why not both?
Which team are you on? you know in Call of Duty Mobile at the moment, the Knights have been split, right? Are you team blue or are you team red, bro? Because that's the main question I've been asking everyone.
I think that question needs an even easier answer than it is. It has to be blue, man. The name is blue. We got it. We're rolling blue.
Okay. Well, in honor of black and blue, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Mustachio will just split it blue and red. All right. Now we've got the prize pool coming up, black and blue. You see, everybody's asking, right? Okay, MSP major, that's cool. All the pro teams are going in there, but what are they actually fighting for? We have got 8th spot in here, 10,000 CP. The exact same thing will be taken by the squads if they happen to fall into the 7th place. 6th spot, they will take home 15,000 CP, 20,000 CP for those who get the 5th spot, and 25,000 CP if you happen to fall into the 4th placement. As for the top 3, black and blue, tell them what they will get, baby.
Of course, 3rd place will get $1,000, 30 CP as well to accompany that. For the 2nd place, you get $1,500 and 40,000 CP. Of course, when we get to the top of it, number 1 spot on the top of the pyramid will get $2,500 and 50,000 CP to bring on home, and that is something definitely to be played for here at the MSP Major.
Oh, yeah. Just getting the 50,000 CP alone is already amazing enough. But 2,500 USD on top of that, baby, give it to me, right? Everybody would be excited for that prize. The qualified teams, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, 8 squads in here. Triple V Esports, NRX Jeremiah, Divinity Uprising, RSG, KLASIKO Rampage, Triple V Conquerors, Impunity, as well as PDR REBORN. 4 out of the 8 from the Philippines.
Definitely so. They actually do have quite a large, presence in this tournament so far. And mind you guys, Resurgence is now labeled as RSG. That's what we're going to be calling them from now on. That is the new title. So as for that, man, these 8 teams that we have already on the deck so far, we've actually seen quite a bit of discrepancy between what we have already segregated as the top 3 compared to the rest of the teams so far. But, there are some teams that are making a hole to try and, go up the ladder.
Yep. Okay, speaking about ladder though, black and blue, exactly where do those squads stand, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Let's take a quick peek at the standings right now. Right there at the bottom, unfortunately, SG's Impunity sits with 3 points. KLASIKO Rampage with the 7 points in 7th spot. The 6th spot taken up by the Triple V Conquerors, 7 points as well. PDR REBORN equalizes with that 7 points as well in the 5th position.
Well, as you can see, after that, we have a tie-up from VVV Esports and NRX Jeremiah, both representatives of the Philippines. Moving on to the second is going to be Divinity Uprising, who are the leading team right now. A lot of people were expecting them to be, one of, if not the team to kind of root for here at the MSP Major, and they're still well on their way to doing that as they're tied up with the first placers, representatives of Malaysia and Singapore for Divinity, respectively. RSG right now, they've actually taken the lead over Divinity. Last week when we cut off on group stages 2, day 2, RSG were actually on the 2nd place and VVV was on the 4th. So we've had some sort of uprisings seen already here as we move into day number 4.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what we have for you lined up today, absolute blockbusters, I tell you. Impunity will take on PDR REBORN just to open up the day, right? There's just a little bit of, some savoriness on your tongue before we move on to the sweet bits. Triple V Esports will take on their brothers, Triple V Conquerors. KLASIKO Rampage then will face off their Malaysian brethren, RSG, in the final showdown of the day. The highlight, the match, NRX Jeremiah 2911 will go face-to-face with Divinity Uprising.
That is a game to look forward to here, AJ. NRX, the people would put the top representatives for the Philippines. They did win the Worlds, and so Divinity Uprising are also the top representatives of Singapore. So these 2 kings of different kingdoms are going to be clashing today in their final best of 3 of the day, and that is a game to really look out for. Of course, both these teams very close to each other in terms of points. We're going to be playing a full 3-map series. It's not like you win 2 and you're done. No, we're playing for points, guys, ladies and gentlemen. And so KLASIKO Rampage, PDR REBORN, these are the off-stream games. NRX Jeremiah, BVV Esports, After that, well, before that, rather, Divinity Uprising, Impunity versus them, and RSG versus VVV Conquerors. These are the games that they're going to be playing off stream, and so we're gonna update you guys on what the points have been, differing towards and differentiating towards as the day goes on forward. We're gonna let you guys know what are the results of the off stream games too.
Well, back to back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. On stream, off stream, these squads are going to go head to head with each other. Everybody fighting to climb their way up the board. Everybody fighting, or at least two squads at the very bottom. KLASIKO as well as Impunity fighting to move away from relegation, right? Because they do want to prove themselves. They do want to step into the next stage at the MSP Major. But the other squads in there, they are not allowing them any face at all. I mean, at the end of the day, right, Impunity versus PDR Reborn. I don't know, man. Impunity has shown us some spice, but it's just not enough. Black and Blue, let's jump over to the ban and picks, baby, and see exactly where the showdowns are going to take place at.
Yes, we're going to have a full 3-map series going to be played here. So we're going to see which they are going to be banning first. Impunity versus PDR Reborn. Okay, so let's talk about these two teams first for a bit as we're going to be ready to transition to the ban and picks. So Impunity, they are, quite frankly, at the bottom of the leaderboard right now. Yesterday, the games that they played against were versus the Conquerors, which they actually were able to take 2 maps away from, the VVV Conquerors, and they also played against VVV Esports. RSG, Impunity played against RSG. They got 3-0'd. It was PDR Reborn that played against VVV Esports, where they got 0-3 because they weren't able to, unfortunately, connect in time. But they were also able to take a map away from Divinity Uprising. And so when it comes to it, I think, Hardpoint especially, this kind of favors quite a bit the side of PDR Reborn here. We've seen them do pretty well. I think Search and Destroy, when you move to map number 2, as we're talking about it, map number 1 is going to be Summit. Map number 2, I think, is going to be the map that Impunity will have the likeliest chance of bringing it back as they ban both Meltdown and Crossfire.
Well, Meltdown and Crossfire crossed out of there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We will be fighting Search and Destroy at Crash. And that's going to be quite an interesting way to bring this in, right? Because the rotation from Alpha to Bravo is not going to be that far at all. Multiple spots in here for those snipers to, go crazy. So definitely looking forward to that. Now, when we move on to our third match of the day, Domination to call the final one between these two squads. PDR went ahead and they banned off Crash, and Meltdown was taken out of the pick by Impunity. And the final match, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Firing Range. Yeah, boy. I don't know, man. Quite frankly, I'm sick of Firing Range already.
Well, I mean, it is one of the most played maps here already at the MSP Major, but for good reason, of course. So, once again, guys, Summit, Crash, and Firing Range. Hardpoint, then Search and Destroy, then Domination. That's what we're going to be playing today. So, I think when it comes to it, the real important factor that the teams will really have to, put into play here is the fact that their positioning has been what is winning them a lot of the fights, like the better teams in our tournament today. Because anybody here at the tournament already at the MSP Major at the top 8 can out-aim pretty much anybody else. Everybody has got exemplary aim, That is not a factor that is going to be wayward. And so really the positionings of the teams have been what has been winning some of them the games. And when it comes to map number 1, for example, on Summit, that will mean that they will have to take the power positions of the map seriously. In Summit's case, control room on top is one of the best positions in the game, and who can control that usually gets a lot of map control, which then translates into further in-game better progress, as especially we're playing on hardpoint for all things.
Yep. Well, the game number 1, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, will be kicking off in a bit. We want to know from you, who do you think is going to rise up all the way to the top in between these two squads today? Impunity, PDR, Reborn. You tell us in the comment section whilst we jump in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is going to be match number 1. Once again, PDR, Reborn from the Philippines taking on Impunity from SG. It is, Burger B starting things off with the ASM. One player right there on towards his left. I don't think he spotted him just yet, but he turns to the right just in the nick of time to go in for the takedown. But not going to be that lucky today, is he? Impunity, SG, they are up by 4 points, but not by a lot at all, right? Because when we go into the control room, it's one of the most difficult places to, go in there and snatch control of Black and Blue.
Very true, but the thing is, PDR have now retaken it, and they know that the way to retake it is by taking the top of control room once again. We saw Yobabs push into the top of control room before anybody else to try and clear that, because they know if they can't clear the top, there's no way they're going to be able to take the hard point, and that's exactly what they did to now secure control of the hard point. So, great job by PDR to realize what their win condition in taking back this hard point is. They knew they had to take the top once again. You can see Impunity doing the exact same thing. They're taking the top of the control room now before they move on down onwards. And they're doing that because that's the only way you can successfully and reliably control the hard point, which is now given Impunity about a, almost a 22 point lead.
That's crazy, man. I mean, just when we thought Impunity, quite a good start in there, but from that moment on, from taking the hard point back, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, it has been PDR all the way. Be it the frags or, just collecting those points at hard point. PDR has been absolutely relentless right now. Impunity, I don't know what sort of a gameplay can they actually come up with here, because PDR is just absolutely tenacious as they move in here, but they are not going to be able to be that lucky for that long. Even as I say it, though, PDR goes ahead to take it back yet again.
Somehow they were able to, though, but Impunity have now seized control of it. They need actually better positioning if they want to hold on to this, because PDR are about to make a steadfast return, and that's exactly what they do. See, they just wrestle it away because there's only one member for Impunity there. A second frag going in the way of Jabin. Will he find a third as a follow-up? Yes, he will. Zion goes down to the shotgun here of Jabin. He finally goes down. Burger B is going to shut him and cook him. Get him off the frying pan.
Well, the burger patty for you guys served up by Burger B. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, 56-16 so far. 0-8 with a quick pause in there before he goes in for the push. But Yaku just responds with his KRM. Too spicy. Yobabs takes Burger B down. Flex just playing a ring around the rosy around his defender in here, trying to see if or not he can take out the player who just came in here for a peek. But it looks like PDR REBORN is going to continue to control the map in here. Third hard point, and it's still PDR all the way. Impunity haven't been able to make much of a dent in PDR's, race towards the 150 point thus far, Black and Blue.
Flex had such great position there. He was, super important to holding down the hard point here. He was playing behind that deployable shield, and that let him hold such a heavy anchor position that it was very hard for Impunity to clear without the utility to do so, especially that it was smoked off. They couldn't really see through it. PDR REBORN have now hit the 100 point mark. 45 is all they really need to make it up here now, as they're going to seize control and not give this hard point up for the duration of it.
Absolutely crazy gameplay in here by PDR. I mean, Flex just running around, just fragging left, right, center, ladies, German boys and girls. 108-16, and PDR is gonna shut this down. I mean, I thought 7 points was bad, and then Impunity came back in there to pick up a few points, right? But 16 is still bad, Impunity. We need to see a little bit more than that. But it's something that PDR is just not gonna allow them to have, right? Kenshi and Flex going in for frags after frags after frags. Impunity will have to stick with their puny little 16 points for the time being, because PDR really wants to go all out in here.
It's already home stretch here for PDR, and they seem to be, they have enough wind to pull it off. 15 points, rather 5 points is all they really need now, and there's no way they're going to come back from this.
Going to be able to come back, yeah, man. I mean, if at all Impunity did come back from that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this time I really will be selling. What will I sell? I won't sell anything, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That's point number 1 taken by PDR, and what a way to do it. It almost looked like Impunity was non-existent in that match, right? I mean, they came in there, they visited, they said hello, but that's all. They stopped at hello, and then they just left. They left the building right after that.
Yeah, they were like, they kind of just knocked at the door and was like, okay, yeah, that was pretty much it. That was,
sorry, PDR. Oh, sorry. We thought you were a different squad.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, PDR were very imposing and very intimidating at enforcing that. So good job on PDR to take a map number 1. As I was saying, I really did think that map number 1 would favor PDR quite a bit. They're playing on Summit, they're playing Hardpoint, and PDR have been pretty good on that. Remind you guys, they took 2 maps away from NRX doing just exactly that. And so when it comes into it, Map number 2 is the map that I do think Impunity are going to have a bigger chance of coming back to. Their playstyle does favor Search and Destroy more. Unfortunately, there's only one Search and Destroy map in every 3-map series, and so there's 2 respawn modes, 1 non-respawn mode, and during this MSP Major, Impunity has been better on their non-respawn modes, such as Search and Destroy, than they have on anything else otherwise. So PDR Reborn, I think they have to really hunker down for map number 2, even after they won map number 1 very, very decisively. When we go into Search and Destroy, I think, you know, that is really gonna help at least Impunity make some sort of a comeback here.
Yeah, well, hopefully they can, right? Because if Impunity doesn't get it done on Search and Destroy, I don't think they can, you know, make a comeback at all. It's going to be an easy 3-0, because if that was hardpoint, I don't want to see domination at all, man. Well, the results are ready, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's go and take a quick peek once again at the destruction laid upon by a PDR. 150. Oh, goodness me. 16. Is that the lowest thus far, buddy?
That might just be. The others that I do remember are probably around like the 30s from some other teams
like the
that we've seen. The 23s. Yeah, 23 exactly on day number 1. But otherwise, this has been the largest lead by any team so far on Hardpoint here at the MSP Major.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's up with Impunity. Maybe it's the change of name, Impunity. Maybe it's the change of the name, because these boys just used to be so freaking good, right? And I'm not saying they are bad now. It's just that we don't seem to see the fire coming out from them, especially Burger B. He wasn't really, you know, performing to his best earlier, but Search and Destroy is more of the place where Burger B usually gets the MVP. So I'm quite curious to see that match. Black and Blue, your call. Do you think it's going to be a 3-0 or a 2-1 today?
I'm hoping for a 2-1. I'm hoping that, you know, Impunity are able to get more points on the board, and if they can take a domination, great for them, but it is unlikely in my eyes. I think really map number 2 is they're gonna have to really win their point, and we're gonna be playing on Crash. And so as we're gonna start here, what they have to take into consideration, they are playing on the attacking side now, which are the power positions when playing on Crash. Back alley for one is very strong. Blue right now, where Burger B is actually also a very strong position, officially called Broken Building. This gets you deep sightlines into tower and as well throughout the Crash site. So they have to take this into consideration. They still have lots of time to work with here. A minute 30 left on the clock, and Impunity are on the attack.
Yep, Impunity on the attack with Burger B in there. I mean, he was monitoring the bomb site for a while, but he's not going to be able to see anyone, because although we do see a split in here by PDR, they're not going to go in for the push at all, right? They're just waiting in here for the plant. Burger B, one shot towards him. He does manage to get away in the nick of time, but Jabin will go on to take ace, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Burger B attempting those wall bangs, but he ain't no Idra with no chopper, so he needs to make his way all the way back to the gorilla base just so he can see if or not a quick rotation is going to be able to help him out. He goes in for the shot, not connecting just yet. Jabin right there in front of him is going to be Burger B with yet another missed shot in there. The thermite right there in front of him, and Jabin should be able to get away, but Jabin decides not to. He is going to be holding on for the time being, maybe just a quick pop of a smoke. But on the other hand, we can see that PDR has already moved in towards Alpha as well. So Burger B better stay on his little tippy toes in here, because a quick backstab. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I take it back, because Burger B is still on fire, and with the backup coming in from the squad, with the MW11 takedown as well, Burger B finally loses his life pathetically to a trip mine. What in the world just happened there? I mean,
what a climactic, like, effort, endeavor, and then suddenly just dropping down because he dies to a claymore, to a mine there, a personal mine. And so, you know, Burger B, though, very good player you've seen from him so far. You'd pull out the sniper rifle, 50 cal, fine, and then pulls out the 45 in his pocket, and he still makes some work with it, even up close. Last bullet lands ahead. So, great endeavor there by Burger B, but still, PDR Reborn taking map number 1, as Yakko is able to find a double kill already here. Sky and both Glorify goes down, and that is quite a big opening here already coming from the side of PDR Reborn once again.
Oh, yeah, with impunity, just with always left, but always does has the come on. Always did go in for those shots, but he for some reason paused and just looked, waiting to get taken down. An easy second point for PDR in there. Impunity really needs to step up their gameplay because at the moment it just looks like they're losing due to careless mistakes.
They kind of are, and so Impunity have to be able to, get the trade frags, if not be able to not give up the first pick. They do have here on their side, of course, Burger B to find the picks for them, but he hasn't been, aside from that first round, able to find anything as of yet. Taven's going to go down, rather, he's going to find AC as he goes down, and that's going to bring it now to a 3v4, as it's going to be Zion chiming in with one of his own.
Yep, Zane coming back in here. ASM gameplay. It's a 4-on-3 situation. Impunity, 2 men down right now. But the bomb right now with Zane, they can take a quick pick to move into Bravo. But there is one player just waiting in front of them. Burger B loses his life to Flex's KRM. And I think it could just be all over with just Glorify standing in here. He does go ahead with the DRH takedown. A 2-piece in there for himself. But not long, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It would not take long for PDR to snuff him out after finding out his position. That's about it, baby.
Puts him out like the cold fire that he left. PDR Reborn, 3-0 already here. And as we move into the 2 last rounds of the half, PDR Reborn, they aren't seem to losing any steam. Yako was able to once again find Glorify to start this off. That is the second time he's done that in a row. Exactly the same players do it. So, Sky, will he find the frag? Yes, he will. Pushing in here towards the under of the shop. He does have a great position here to actually cut off anything coming in from PDR Reborn towards the back alley side. And so I would like to see Sky to be able to do something with this position right now as Burger B is finally able to find something going once again. Flex is able to find a double kill. Sky at the third. Burger B goes down. What a ending to that round. He's drifting it like it's Tokyo, and there's nothing that seems can stop him.
Is Impunity going to even make a play in here? Well, right now, they are on the attack. They might be able to just call the flow of the game, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here comes Flex with his spicy KRM. 6 frags so far, and not too shabby at all, taking up those CQCs, right? Oh, Ace Fennec, and that's a beautiful takedown. It's going to be Yaku right there below him. It's a 4-on-5 situation. I don't know if or not Impunity is going to be able to do this. Oh, Ace loses his life. Jaben goes in for a quick frag on Sky, and Glorify will see the wrath of Flex's KRM. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with just Zane left in this game, there's no way Impunity is going to pull one back, and that is it. Yo Babs finishes it off. Point number 5 in the bag for PDR. Just one more in there.
Man, the KRM here has been essentially like the master key for Flex to find all these frags. He's been doing really well with it in the pocket, and so here once again now as we move into the second half already, 5-0, and PDR Reborn just need to win a single attacking round to bring this entire map to home, and they're looking in a good way to do that again.
Oh, well, Yaku went in there, took 2 shots. For some reason, Sky wasn't taken down, but Sky right now with the second piece. But PDR, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I believe for the very first time at the MSP Major group stage, what a beautiful 6-0. They will go ahead to take game number 2 as well. Oh, goodness me. Impunity.
Wow. Just Impunity. I just feel kind of bad now because I really believe that was their best chance of taking a map away from PDR Reborn. But PDR Reborn showing exactly why they were able to actually win a bunch of series against some of the best teams that we have in the world, and especially here in the MSP Major, they were able to do 2-1 NRX once again. They would take away a map from RSG, a map from Divinity, and so PDR showing that they might just be a black horse in our group stages who might make it deep into the tournament.
No doubt about that at all. They seem to be one of the strongest amongst all of the other teams. But Impunity, though, I feel really bad for them because thus far they've collected 3 points on the board and they haven't been able to even take 1 today. So relegation is staring at them dead in the eyes, right? Because this is day 4. This is your halfway point. Impunity kind of needs to change something up today because if that doesn't happen today, then there's not going to be another day for them to, just go in there and do something else, because it's probably going to just be a little bit of the exact same thing we've seen all the way here.
Yeah, and considering that their other map the other series that they're gonna play today is against Divinity Uprising here in Impunity, it isn't looking too well for them right now. I mean, it's kind of safe to say Divinity's top 3, right? Already in the tournament, top 2 probably, even especially considering where they are right now. And so, I mean, they were able. Impunity, the best series that they have won so far against any team is the Conquerors, right? They took 2 maps away from the Conquerors, and that's kind of saying something. I mean, not to put down, any other team or the Conquerors especially, but Divinity Uprising is, up there, and Impunity right now is quite literally at the bottom of the leaderboard, and I'm sure they know that, and so they have to win at least this final map on PDR Reborn, otherwise it's going to look very dire for them.
Exactly. Yeah. I highly doubt Divinity is going to allow them even 1 point in there, let alone get a victory over them, right? So you are absolutely spot on, Black and Blue. I mean, they need this point. There's no if, buts, or maybes about it. If they don't get this, I think it's going to be a really, really crushing situation for the whole squad, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls. To all of the Singapore fans of Impunity, I'm sorry, guys, but your squad today, they are just not showing us the best version of themselves. And trust me when I say, I mean, when you got always Adapt, Burger B and all in there, usually they are able to put up a better show than this. So I'm quite curious as to what is actually happening with the squad, because Black and Blue, this isn't the performance of Impunity, or maybe it's just because of the change of name.
Maybe it is. Maybe the old name was suiting them better. Who knows? Sometimes titles and labels mean something to people, and in this case, it. Well, they're going to need all the help they can get, really, as they're moving into our map number 3 in just a bit. It's going to be on firing range domination. Now, this is a bit more of a dynamic map. While Summit, for example, control room is like really a very essential part of the map. You have that. You have very good map control on when we move into our map number 2, which was just played on Crash, back alley and blue. And to an extent, kind of like shop are very strong positions to hold, and that gains you lots of map control. But when it comes to firing range, there are so many different strong positions for so many different reasons, so many different game modes, and that's I think the reason why we see firing range so much, because it's good on very different game modes for different reasons. And so moving to firing range, this is exactly why teams will be able to flex and play the most that they can out of their own positions, because we've pretty much seen some of the best highlights of the entire tournament and in Call of Duty in general on firing range because of that fact,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, going in for mid lane is not going to be easy at all for either one of the squads. But then again, who am I kidding, right? It's not going to be easy for Impunity based on the current way that they're going in here to perform. I mean, when you bring in the players from PDR, they're just going to go crazy, right? Flex is going to pull out his guns and he's going to be thirsting for those CQCs, and he will take it up to those players right in their faces. So Impunity better come up with some sort of a different sort of a style to take this back, because it's not going to be a hard point. There are going to be situations where you can, I guess, try your best to avoid those engagements, because there are 3 points in there, and we are not looking for PDR to go in there for the split. Now, are we, Black and Blue? Although they will attempt for it, we can't expect PDR to send all 5 of their team members to all 3 points at the same time. So hopefully, Impunity can pull something out of the hat today, because they need this point. They need this point. I know they need this point. They know they need this point. But whether or not they have anything to bring into this match to grab that point, I don't know. I this is all I can give them. This is all I can give them.
All the best wishes and luck is kind of all we can really offer them right now. But I'm sure they're going to try their darndest to make it a competitive game here coming into, domination rather. So let's talk about the map a bit. So in domination firing range, you have the first point right behind wood, that is towards like the back alley position, and then you have the B point obviously towards mid, and that is very open, and then you have the Charlie point right towards the command center, or bunkers as people like to call it back in the day. And so really, when you spawn into it, I honestly think that like having bottom spawn, which is closer to Charlie, is the better place to spawn. While usually top spawn is better, like on Crash, for example, I think like bottom spawn is better. And so the team that I'm not sure which team will be going for bottom spawn, like who will be spawned at the bottom at the start of the game. Of course, it comes down to team preference, but I think in general, it kind of favors the bottom spawn team. And so I'm hoping for Impunity's sake that they do get bottom spawn if they're comfortable playing bottom spawn, because I think it's better because, for one, you get control of Tin, the garage, that 2-floor garage, which overlooks both Charlie and Bravo Point. If you have control of that, then you can securely, safely fight, you know, anybody trying to contest Bravo, and even fight the people defending A site on the wood, you know, the wood there, the 2-floor wood position. And so that is, I think, like why it is very favorable. Of course, you also get easy access into the back trailer, and that helps a lot. So for Impunity's sake, I hope they do get bottom spawn.
Yeah, I mean, some people in the comment section, they're talking about, you know, Impunity having to go through a last-minute lineup change, and which could have affected their performance in this tournament, which highly is probable as well, right? Because as I've been saying, this really isn't the Impunity that I have come to, you know, become a fan of over the past couple of months. But anyway, for all of those who are curious, RSG did go on to take a triple V Conquerors offline, and you guys are curious as to what the score is. It was a 2-1 victory for RSG. So the boys have pushed themselves up the board a little bit more. So for more power to RSG, man. The match, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that you guys are waiting for is about to kick off. Impunity is gonna take on the very final one in here against PDR Reborn. Fingers crossed for them that they can get it done this time, because if they don't, we do apologize. Just as we were about to go in there, just as we were about to go in there to the match, someone got disconnected, so we need to restart it a little bit. So my apologies, ladies. You know how this works, right? Sometimes just as the match is about to start, stuff happens, right? Or maybe one of the players just needed to go and pee real quick. I'm the kind of guy who would do something like that. Sorry, I got disconnected. I just needed to pee for a moment, actually.
Sometimes it does. It'd be like that, you know. Well, I think we are finally about ready to go into our game in just a bit. Again, let's rewind things. You know, PDR Reborn are up already 2-0. They were able to win on Hardpoint on the first map, which was on Summit. Second map was on Crash. That was Search and Destroy. Now we're here at the third. It's up 2-0. PDR Reborn, Impunity. This is their chance to try and make something happen and get a map back in their way, as they're able to only take alpha control for now, as Bravo and Charlie taken by PDR. They did have the better bottom spawn for it.
With the Bravo and Charlie picked up by PDR. I mean, that was so quick in there by them, but Impunity comes back in here to clear out clearing area. PDR's Jabin is in there. But just like that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think PDR will go in, and yes, they do exactly that. They go in for the quick swap on Barracks Hut, and Impunity attempts for Bravo, but we're not going to be able to see anything much in there, as we are right behind Yobab's head here, moving in with the chopper gameplay. PDR Reborn still with that lead. Yobab's with a takedown and a two-piece. He gets that as well.
That is a great find by Yobabs with the chopper in hand. Will he find more is the question. He's going to get found in return. The spawns have been flipped, so it's now going to be Impunity towards a bottom spawn. That's why they have Charlie control so early. But for now, PDR Reborn still have very good hold here on towards Bravo. Jabin is doing hella things to hold on to the Bravo point here with the chopper in hand on top of the tower. He's going to find another frag. That is going to be quite something going in the way of PDR Reborn, as they're taking an early lead already here so far. They got like, what, 26 points already of a lead.
Well, Jabin, chopper gameplay, and he's still trying to go wild in here, protecting the mid lane. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yet another takedown. There's no way they will be able to let go of this situation right now, right? 42-22. Impunity has been trying to get those points back, but every single time they have achieved anything in there, there's a quick swap around by PDR. So every single step that Impunity takes, PDR seems to be matching them up, but doing slightly better. Yobab still dancing around with his chopper, looking for those takedowns as he finally attempts to go in for the clearing area. Are we going to be able to see PDR Reborn with a full-on triple cap, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? No, the answer is no, as Yobab gets denied.
Good frag there. Being found for the side of Impunity, but still cannot wrestle more control. Javen's able to find a frag with the Annihilator. He's able to find a second on the Sky. And that is been a good third shot to find Zion as well. Will he find the fourth? Yes, he does. Nothing here to stop Javen and what he's been doing. His tirade is going to be kept unchecked, and they're going to try and make a play here towards Charlie control. If they can find this frag, no, it's actually Sky finding it, but they did have a good chance of taking Charlie there. But for now, it does seem like PDR Reborn are not going to be able to take Charlie control away from Impunity just yet.
But the 75-point, ladies, German boys and girls, goes to PDR Reborn, leading at the halfway mark, leading already with 2 games in hand. Are they going to be able to pick up their third one in here as well? I think they will, at the expense of Impunity. Charlie, we see clearing area being attacked by Impunity straight up from the get-go. Barracks Hut, on the other hand, by PDR Reborn. Burger Bee trying to go on fire there, but he gets taken down. Jabin out of the game as well. It's going to be Sky coming back in here with his chopper gameplay. EG moves in as well. I don't know what's going to happen, ladies, German boys, girls, but as of this moment, Bravo is still being attacked by Impunity. Halfway there, mid lane can be conquered, but none of those players from Impunity is going in for the attempt because they know PDR is just waiting right there, and it's just too dangerous.
Well, neither team can really wrestle control away from Bravo right now because of the fact that it's such a hotly and highly contested area. It's a hot landing to even try and make it there. So, PDR Reborn, control of Alpha, Impunity control of Charlie. That's all they can really work with right now. But Yako able to find a double frag here on top of the garages. Great finds from Tin. Will he find a third to cap off Tin? Not yet, but he will play a very important anchor position, and he's going to have to fend off Zion here. He's going to occupy his time for a lot of it as AC in the background is able to find a double kill. Annihilator in hand, make that the third as he finds Jabin as well. And PDR Reborn, even if they just sit tightly here and don't take control of Bravo, if they can just deny Impunity from taking Bravo, they can actually just sit tight for now.
Yeah, exactly right. Impunity is not going to be able to catch up to them with just that 1 point in there. They just need to hold on to the Barracks Hut. They just need to hold on to not allowing... Look at Yaku, man. This guy is absolutely crazy, right? Yobab's in there with the 2 Annihilator takedowns. Glorify coming back in here. A quick trip mine on the ground, perhaps. And he goes back in here for the Bravo attempt. Impunity, it is now or never. It's not a lot though. PDR is just about 30 points ahead of them. Glorify comes back in here, but he gets eliminated by Yobabs, who has just been absolutely crazy in this game. 12 frags, but look at that, ladies, German boys and girls. Jabin as well as Yaku, 16 and 17 kills for themselves. PDR is just going absolutely bonkers right now. Sky and the 3-piece for him, attempts the 4th one, but doesn't get it. A player coming in right there behind him. He will not get backstabbed, and they are still attempting that Bravo takedown. Sky right now on a 5-kill streak, and he will finally go in for Bravo. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Impunity finally get it done. The question is, can they keep and hold on this? It's gonna be Burger Bee on the takedown of Yaku. Oa's coming in there for some attempts as well. They go in for the assist. Sky on the prowl. He needs to protect Bravo no matter what. Mid lane right now needs to be defended tooth and nail by Impunity if they want to see their way back in here. And Sky with yet another takedown.
Sky is sustaining here and continuing to fight on and hold on tightly to the trailer position, and it has been buying them so many good efforts in it. Yako is able to find a triple kill there in the background as Impunity are going to be starting to lose members, and PDR Reborn might be able to take Charlie away from them. Bravo as well as being contested, but I think Charlie has a better point of contention as Bravo is quite open right now, though. Lots of kill streaks dropping out their way. Cluster strikes landing everywhere. Kenshi's going to take control of top of Tin. Bravo is going to be ripe for the taking, but it's actually going to be Charlie that they're going to be focusing on more as Kenshi is playing it. He's going to get this successfully too. No, they deny him at the last second. Impunity do have a chance of making this happen here as Bravo has been taking control of. They have to try and take control back of Alpha. If not, then, well, they're going to kind of bleed out the points as well as PDR Reborn does have a domination on them right now.
Yeah, but then again, the points that have been raked up by PDR at the start of the game and the full-on lockdown, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The triple cap coming in here by PDR Reborn with the assistance of all of those score streaks, just like what I was saying, right? All the points that they've picked up through those frags at the start of the game coming back in here to help them just when Impunity was about to rise up to the occasion. PDR stomps their foot down and says, enough, boys. We are taking this home. It is a beautiful 3-0 starting opener for our crazy, crazy day number 4 at the group stages.
What a game coming in once again. A 3-0 is kind of what we predicted so far, and what a match we did get from PDR Reborn and Impunity as well. We have to say, they put up a very valiant effort here. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to take, this series home, but in the end of it, that was a very, very good showing still from PDR, even though, at the end, the last map was a lot closer than we would have expected. Impunity, good fight, valiant effort, but a 3-0 is what we're going to close it off with.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely unfortunate for Impunity, right? I've got no idea at all how they're going to be making it out of this predicament. And quite honestly, it could be that the only way to make it out is to literally win all of the remaining series for the rest of the days, including the one that we've got offline for them today, right? Because if they don't do that, with Divinity Uprising going up against Impunity for game number 2s, yeah, okay, I'll scratch that. Maybe not today. In the next 3 days, they need those points. They need to win every single series in their black and blue. If not, I'm sorry, Impunity, we need to say goodbye. And I think we can say it today itself if you guys are not game set on winning those series.
Yeah, I mean, we're already on day number 4 of the group stages. We have 7 days in total. And so they have 3 more. If they can, I don't know, pull out some sort of Herculean effort and come back in the last 3 days, and just go on a tirade and storm through the second half of the group stages, and that would be great for them. But it isn't looking too likely right now here, AJ, and so I am quite worried for the side of Impunity. Of course, there are teams that have to go out, unfortunately, by the end of the group stages, and Impunity do seem like the top candidate for being one of them to be removed here from relegation.
Absolutely. Well, let's take all of that sadness, bottle it up, and throw it aside, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's focus on the victory of PDR right now. Let's check out how that 3-0 annihilation just happened. This is your recap from match number 1. No, all we got was music. There you go. Javen, as they pushed in for the start of the game. Impunity, they looked like they were quite good at the start, but with the 7 points in there, and then they bumped it up to about 16, and they would remain there all the way, black and blue.
Yeah, they kind of got caught at the doorstop, like as if the welcome mat at the front door was a bear trap or something. Not able to move, and they pretty much got, nailed onto the 16 points. They weren't able to get anything after that, and PDR Reborn just completely dominated them. As we move into map number 2 here, you can guys see Search and Destroy, a very, very, very strong showing for PDR Reborn. They took this 6-0, clean sweep, not a single round dropped by them, flawless map entirely for the side of PDR Reborn. While there were good showings from a few players on the side of Impunity, one being such a Burger B, it in the end wasn't enough for them to take home a single round.
Yeah, I mean, for as far as PDR was concerned, with the 6-0 victory, it was search and destroy, but it wasn't really, connected to the bomb or anything, or the bomb side. It was just search and destroy Impunity, and they did that absolutely amazingly throughout the whole match, right? I mean, did we even see a plant in there in that game? Or was that just all-out annihilation, right? I don't even think I saw a defusal in there. I don't remember one, at least.
There wasn't, honestly. There really wasn't. There wasn't like a retake situation that ever happened on their side. And so PDR Reborn just completely decimated that. Impunity, for their side, well, they, here on map number 3, were able to bring something back, actually. For a while, they had the lead. They were able to take the Bravo point on the very, very hotly contested second half of Search and Destroy, Domination, rather, on firing range. And that was a good showing for them. But in the end, PDR Reborn were able to get the triple cap, get the domination going, and, well, win it 3-0. And so, congratulations once again to PDR Reborn as they take a clean, swift 3-0 series versus Impunity.
Yeah, I mean, if only, right, if only we had seen the tenacity from firing ranges domination at maybe Crash, or, okay, maybe not Summit, right, because that was just all-out PDR. At least at that search and destroy, because like you pointed out, Black and Blue, that was the opportunity for them to go in for that victory. But unfortunately for them, Impunity just did not make it through, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. But let's put aside that trashing that Impunity just has received from PDR Reborn. Triple V Esports Esports will be facing off their brethren, Triple V Conquerors, in our next series. Is there even any way at all to call this out, Black and Blue?
I mean, VVV Esports right now, they're the third team. As we ended last week, they were on number 4, but they have now overtaken NRX in place of that in their stead. And so VVV Conquerors, we've actually seen VVV Conquerors do quite a bit of work when it comes to some of these other teams. As we can see, like last week, they went up against Impunity, and while Impunity were able to take a 2-map series from that, they were also, the Conquerors, able to take a map away from both NRX and Divinity Uprising. And so while there are, some hopes for the Conquerors there, I have to say by far that VVV Esports do have the better chance of taking the series, while though there is a caveat to that. VVV Conquerors have played against them a lot since they are from the same clan, and so the Conquerors might know something that the other teams don't, and that might just be an X factor that will work in their favor.
Well, let's see if or not that does come true, whether or not Triple V Esports can get the better of the Conquerors, or will the Conquerors be able to pull something out of their hat to face off their brethren, ladies, German boys and girls. We will find out after a quick short break. Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. This is day 4 at the MSP Major. My name is AJ and I am the Mustachio. Joined with me at the table is the one and only Nico Black and Blue Galloso.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are going to be back right now here, finally. We are rather back with our second best of, well, not best of 3, but 3 map series of the day. It's going to be VVV Esports versus the brethren VVV Conquerors, both from the Philippines, both from the same clan. DIVINITY is their name. And, well, we're going to see which team has really come here to conquer what they saw, as it's going to be, kind of like I wouldn't say the main team, but really the main team of VVV Esports versus one of their other teams, VVV Conquerors, and the former have been quite well here in their performances during the MSP Major. They are currently number 3, VVV Esports. VVV Conquerors, though, not the same story as of yet. So they're going to have to try and bring, perhaps a 2-1 series against their brethren, as I think, AJ, we're finally able and ready to go into our bans and picks for the maps.
Yeah. So let's see exactly where will we fight this off, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We've got a Triple V Esports taking on Triple V Conquerors. The first match, Hardpoint, we can see that Esports has gone. They have banned Summit, whilst the Conquerors went into ban Firing Range. And the match will take place, yeah, you guessed it, standoff, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I mean, it is so straightforward, right? Hardpoint at standoff, the very first point as we move in here. It's going to be the most difficult one to conquer, but both of these squads, they know each other so well, so I think that's going to be pose a different sort of a challenge that is quite unique to their situation in here. But when we move on to Search and Destroy, on the other hand, Black and Blue,
well, Search and Destroy is very differently played, and for that you can see different bans coming in here. As the Conks are going to ban Summit, VVV Esports are going to be banning Crash, and that is going to leave us at Crossfire as we play on Search and Destroy. One of my favorite maps and one of the best maps, I think, for this game mode, a classic one.
Yeah, solid in there. Exactly. Domination, on the other hand, to wrap things up between the brothers, is going to be Firing Range banned off by Triple V Esports, and Triple V Conquerors will go ahead to take Crossfire out of the equation, and none other than Crash will be coming in to close off our series for the clash between the Veni Vidi Vici clan. This is like almost a personal, scrim between the squad, between the clan members themselves.
Yeah, I'm sure these guys have played like hundreds of times at this point. They probably scrim against each other. I mean, that's kind of the point of having, multiple teams in a single clan, is so that you always have a scrimming partner. And in this case, these teams know more about the other team than probably any other, teams here at the MSP Major. And so we're going to see something exciting. I am expecting to see a lot of, reads and kind of like adjustments coming in from both of these teams because of the fact that they know how to read each other already because they've played each other so many times.
If you were given an option, 2-1, 3-0, which one?
I'd like to say 2-1. I'd still favor VVV Esports, but for the Conquerors, actually domination might go just their way, if anything. I think VVV Esports are very solid on every single facet of the game, but when it comes to the third map, that's going to be allowing Conquerors to make the reads and the adjustments because of the fact that they played so much against each other. So as we start off here, VVV Esports versus Conquerors, and for now the control has been wrestled away from the Esports main clan and it went now to the Conquerors.
Well, exactly, yeah. Triple V Esports will be the second one in there after the Conquerors get kicked out of that hard point, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Whether or not the Conquerors will be able to, stand up to the better side, or, the main squad, shall we say, of Triple V. We will find out right here. Jean coming back in here with his KRM action. It goes in for a quick kill by taken down. And Jean will go in for one as well. And a third piece. And can he get the fourth one as well? No, he gets taken down at the very end with a thermite by Ken. It was a backstab. If it wasn't for Ken, he would be on his 4th kill streak there already. Nick Flip comes back in. Yeah, HXS right now with his snipe. I mean, moving into hardpoint with the sniper, you've got the audacity to do that, man, because it's not easy, right?
It definitely isn't, especially in such a compact map like this. Yes, there's a main street, which does provide some good sidelines for a sniper, but HXS, very ballsy in trying to make this happen. He is trying to shake off a player here, but for now, nothing going his way. We can see the hardpoint has been switched over now here towards the warehouse, but nobody wrestling control of that yet. It seems like it's going to go to the side of Veni Vidi Vici here, though the main team is what we're going to call them for now, Veni Vidi Vici, VVV. Esports do take this hardpoint once again in their way.
Well, the Maya goes in for Nick Flip with that thermite yet again, and Gion with a 2-piece on that KRM, but a KRM back to his face by Ken. Triple V, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that KRM flying back and forth, and Nick Flip yet another one. Thermite takedown on Ken, and it's going to be Pi this time, down by Nick Flip. HXS is still standing all over there from the other building, trying to take a quick peek into the hard point here, going in for those snipes, but it will just be chaos all the way in here at the third hard point of, the second hard point of the game, as both the squads go in for each other. Triple V Esports leading 60-27 right now, and it doesn't look like it's gonna stop. The Conquerors might be able to make a comeback in here. Predator missile brought in by Jean, taking Pi out. It's gonna be Jean moving back in here with a quick thermite out and KRM action, but he's not gonna be able to see anyone. Yes, he does, but he misses that shot. But Pi will not allow him to make such a mistake, right? I mean, these brothers will teach each other a lesson any given time of the day. HXS brings in his Annihilator just to waste it away. Ken's KRM is gonna be spicy with the miss. Oh, even with that, he manages the takedown, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and he will go in for the frag before getting taken down at the end of the day.
Well, the hard point has been unlocked, and for now, it seems like it is firmly in the clutches of the Conquerors. They're about to equalize up the lead here, and the deficit is going to be removed as they don't tie the score all up. Tamaya gets a frag, Ken as well, and well, the Conquerors seem to be having a good game right now as we move into the latter stages already of our map number 1. The Conquerors, they've taken the third hard point quite well, and they now have a 15-point lead and growing.
Okay, and see, Triple V Esports, they are coming in there to challenge the hard point at the very last second. I think it would be best for the Conquerors to just move out of there, right? Focus in on the next hard point. And yes, they do exactly that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The Conquerors right now have gotten the lead, and they are stretching it even further with 84 points on the board. They finally allow Esports to step back in there. Ken comes in with his KRM, but snuffed out by Grims instantaneously. MJ with the Fennec in here. Annihilator gameplay with a quick kill by Moi on HXX. It's going to be Grims taken down by Tamayo's Annihilator as well. Back and forth between the two squads. Ooh. But at the end of the day, it would still be held by Triple V Conquerors. Moi just going crazy with that Annihilator gameplay. And oh goodness me, how many kills is there, Black and Blue?
So many, too many to count, almost looking like Van Helsing here with the revolver in his hands. What a great performance by Moy here with the Annihilator. And the control has been firmly taken already here, map number 1, by the Conquerors. They are up 108-79. That is so many points already going their way, and it seems like they're not going to stop anytime soon. Very hot already handed here. Moy is finally going to go down as Mac and Crims are able to find a frag for VVV Esports. Mac is able to find a second there, Nick's up as well, and finally that is going to allow them to take the control that they need after finding 4 straight frags. The hard point will kind of go their way, but it's been locked away right now. It's actually been let go by them, and the Conquerors have retaken control of it with MJ here in the Goliath already.
Oh, Goliath coming in here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. MJ goes in for a quick takedown, but the Conquerors are still at the hard point, leading 126-81. What in the world is happening in here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? The second squad for Triple V putting a whoop ass on Triple V Esports. 130-81 right now, being contested, but the Conquerors will not let this one go. 139, 141-81, and it looks like the Conquerors might just be able to get this done. Grims comes in here with his chopper, but the XS1 will delete him almost instantaneously. MJ coming in there for the Conquerors. 144. There's 6 more points in there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And the Conquerors are going to be able to conquer their seniors. MJ stays in there. 150-81. And they will pull the first game to a fantastic close.
For the start of it, it almost seemed like, VVV Esports had in the bag. They were taking the lead. They had quite a surmountable lead, actually, almost 40 points going their way. And then suddenly something lit a fire on their VVV Conquerors, and they suddenly were able to make the comeback happen. And in such amazing fashion, Moy just non-stop tirade, holding on to the warehouse position all the way towards Fountain, and nothing VVV Esports could really do to stop them. And by the time that they were able to get some momentum going in the way of VVV Esports, the Conquerors already had kill streaks going their way. They had the Goliath, they had the XS1 already up. And so there was nothing that at that point VVV Esports could have really done anymore to salvage the situation once they have gotten that hard of a lead. You know, the Conquerors, they were just able to avalanche a small piece of momentum into a full-on, you know, snowball. And so great first showing by VVV Conquerors. This is exactly what we were talking about.
Exactly right. And we don't want this to be the only time we see these ladies, German boys and girls. We need to see yet another one. It'll be such an amazing feat by the Conquerors to take down Triple V Esports, who has been so dominant in the tournament thus far. Let's take a quick look at our results board right now. We'll get a refresher of the points as well as the next match as we move in here. So results board, ladies, German boys and girls, 150 to 81. I mean, Black and Blue, you were just telling us, right? It was quite a good lead by Triple V Esports in there. What do you think happened that kind of just changed the trajectory of the match itself?
Well, for one, you know, finally VVV Conquerors were able to take the necessarily map control that they did. And with that, they kind of established a sort of firing line that the Conquerors, I mean, the VVV Esports, the main team, DIVINITY, were not able to break through of, and the Conquerors defense was just too strong for them to take the hard point back. Once we moved into the third hard point, somehow, some way, the Conquerors were able to hold on to that for the vast majority of it, and there was nothing the main team could really do on DIVINITY. And so the VVV Conquerors, they did a lot better than we were expecting. But as we said before this exact game started, that, you know, the Conquerors, they played VVV Esports so many times, so they know the main team, DIVINITY, more than any other team does in this MSP major right now in the group stages. And so they have the info game to play off of, and they know how to read their opponents, and that's exactly what happened. VVV Esports did a good start, but then, as we talked about, the read came in, and they were able to make the adjustments on the side of the Conquerors because they know exactly what to do in which situation. As we move into map number 2, let's hope they can get something going their way again, as, quite frankly, they're in more need of the points than VVV Esports are.
Absolutely right. I mean, Triple V Esports, let's not forget, that was their map pick that they just lost this on. This time, Tamayo comes back in here. It's going to be Mac pushing through. What a takedown by John Nick Flip, as well as I think it was a John with the 2-piece in there. Right now, we are at a 4-2 situation here for Triple V Esports with the advantage. Ma as well as the Mayo, can they pull a little rabbit out of the hack? Mac with the bomb. He goes in for a quick plant right now, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. So John, as he pushes in, but Ma has already gotten taken down by Nick Flip. It is not going to be easy for Tamayo to go in a 4-1 situation. And there you go. Triple V Esports with that immediate comeback with point number 1. Can they continue this? They will be looking to stretch this out with 5 more wins in a row.
A good opening round from VVV Esports here. On the attacking half, of course, of anything, they're going to have to try and make this push towards B work once again. Well, the bomb is going to try to get planted. I think that's going to go off successfully. Nobody in any position from the Conqueror side to deny that. But actually, as I said, it's going to be VVV Ken to find that frag on the Mac, who is able to play right from behind the back alley, make the swing wide to deny the plant. And so the bomb is dropped right now, and we're going to see what they're going to be able to do with that. As again, it seems like they are gearing for more of an A take, as he didn't really work out well for them.
Ooh, and that leaves them in a 2-on-2 situation. HXS still in here with his sniper. Gonna be taken on Moi as well as Tamayo. Yet again, the 2 survivors in here. Ooh, Tamayo with that quick peek. I think it wasn't Tamayo. HXS, the one with the peek on Moi and the takedown. But he switched out just as he was about to take that shot. Good shot in there. And right now, Tamayo is gonna be tasked with, moving in, preventing the bomb plant and getting the win. Grims, HXS coming in here with the pistol gameplays. The Mayo going to be switching in for it as well. It looks like it is going to be a Bravo plant, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls.
They can make it happen, and well, Tamayo is going to have to play safe here towards the A side. So while he's holding shortcut, they're actually going towards his way. If he can find the frag here, yes, he does. Finds a double kill on Grims. What a great play there by Tamayo to find it. It almost seemed so dire for him in a 2v1 situation. You do not want the sniper rifle in your hands, but he was able to isolate both opponents. Lands the first shot, lands the second. That's all he needed to do, and that's exactly what he delivers. Great play from Tamayo to earn the Conquerors their first round here on map number 2.
Yeah, I mean, Triple V Esports, the reaction from the players there, it just wasn't fast enough to take the Mayo down. But good on him to pull 1 point back for the Conquerors. It's going to be a B plant, a quick B plant right now by Esports, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. HXS going in for the score, but the Mayo takes him down. Jean goes down to MJ as well. And it looks like Triple V Esports are going to be down by 1 man. They are still here with the defense. They planted the bomb already. 33 seconds on the clock. Moa comes back in here, going in for the quick flank. Are we going to see a quick flash as well? Oh no, he gets backstabbed, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Nick Flip with the 2-piece. Crims takes Pi down before Pi takes out Nick Flip. And that is about it. Triple V Esports will take their 2nd point in the game. Too fast. Black and blue, too fast.
Tamayo, the last one left alive there once again for the Conquerors, but unfortunately could not make the same thing happen. He was in a 1v2 situation, but in the end, you know, they had better positioning here, the Conquerors, and so, I mean, the Esports, rather, the main team, and that was a bit too difficult for him to pull off in that situation. We're already low health. So, moving into round number 4, HXS here on top street, he's able to find nothing going his way. It's actually Nick Flip is going to find a frag. HXS, a great find to find the opposing sniper on Tamayo. There it is, a great shot from him, and that's going to be the bomb planted towards the B site once again for VVV Esports, and they have a very good hold on this on a 5v3.
Oh, they definitely do. And what a flick that was on the Mario to just put the Triple V Conquerors in their place. A 3-on-3 situation right now with Pi almost taken down. MJ goes in and makes a mistake, leaving just Pi all alone. But a chopper gameplay in here by this player right now. What can Pi do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? The bomb is on the ground. 15 seconds. Let me tell you what he can do. Absolutely nothing. HXS gets that final kill, and it's a 3-1 to Triple V Esports.
HXS leaving not a single shadow of a doubt there that round that they do deserve to have this lead. VVV Esports, a great find for them on the retake. VVV Conquerors kind of gave away the picks 1 by 1, and so that is something that they have to try and avoid, especially against a team like VVV Esports. Tamayo, though, able to find Max, so that's a good start here for the side of the Conquerors, but a immediate answer from the side of VVV Esports as it's going to be Moy being taken down, or Moa, rather.
Yeah, they will continue to push in here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with a 3-1 lead right now. Triple V Conquerors need to be careful because Esports will not allow this to drop, and HXS takes the Mayo down yet again, putting Triple V Conquerors at a further disadvantage. It's a 4-on-3 situation right now. Jean KRM gameplay pushing through as the bomb gets planted by Nick Flip. No, he backs away from that situation. There you go. Bomb on the ground. Ken still dancing around. He goes in for that shot, misses it, but they is a Ken! Crims makes one simple mistake, and Ken does not let that walk past him. MJ with a 2-on-1 situation right now. Bomb on the ground. 25 seconds on the clock. What can this player's response to the situation be? MJ as he goes in for the push. One player right in front of him. Nick Flip just too fast. Just like that, it is 4-1 in favor of Triple V Esports yet again.
What another round from VVV Esports, looking very, very dominant so far. They have quite a bit of confidence already going their way, and so the Conquerors are going to have to try and bring something back here as we're going on to the second half of this map. It's going to be the Conquerors on the attacking side, trying to look for the pick. It's actually going to be Moa going to find Nick Flip, so a good opening start for the Conquerors. They can actually kind of make a B play right now, even though VVV Esports have a very heavy defense. If they can find the pick, then that's going to open things up, but it's going to be Mac finding a frag. He's going to try and make his way towards the back line, but Pi is going to shut him down, catching the flanker off guard.
Well, HXS is not going to be able to do much in here. Conquerors with the plant this time. And Triple V Esports, they need to rethink as to how exactly they took this round, right? Because losing all of the players so early in the match. And then there you go. Ken will finish this off with some CQCKRM action. But Conquerors, they can make a comeback in here. They have got 5 chances. They took chance number 1 and they've done it so well. If the Conquerors go in for a streak right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Maybe the reverse sweep can be real. The Mayo comes in, misses that shot just by a millimeter there, and he will drop away. But still a 5-on-5 situation. The Conquerors haven't gone in for the plant, and John would go in, taking Ken out with a headshot in the neck flip, eliminated as well. Moa goes in for Mac, making it a 3-on-3 situation all over again. It's so back and forth between these two brothers. They know each other so well. The bomb is on the ground, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and the Conquerors need to come up with a game plan right now as to how they're going to be picking it up, because Jean is holding the bomb and he is not on the attacking side.
You can see John there just trying to pick and see what he can wrestle and trying to bait out from the side of the Conquerors, what reactions he can get. But VVV Esports do have a good hold here right now on the B side. If they go for the plant, they're going to be able to deny it there from the A position, and they're also going to hear it happening in the first place. So if Pi can hold off the rotations coming on the cross here from A to B, then that's going to be great for them as they try to make their way towards the B side for a take. 50 seconds left on clock and still lots of time to work with.
Well, HXS still trying to see if or not he can get a frag. None in there as of now. The bomb, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hasn't been planted just yet, and HXS has got... Whoa! HXS, come on, man! Unreal takedowns. And John will go on to wrap that up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Triple V Esports, thanks to HXS, will go on to pick up point number 5 in the game.
That is textbook on how you hold the B side of defense from Ruins. HXS, where he was playing, that position there is called Ruins. You can see him going back exactly there now to the second floor of that, because he can see all the way deep into Watermelons and behind the bus. And so great positioning there by HXS. He knew that if he had played in that position there on top of Ruins once again on the second floor, he can deny any planter. And so that's exactly what he did. HXS, great play so far. VV Esports match point already. A single map is all they, or a single round rather, is all they need to take home this map, and they seem well on their way to doing exactly that.
Yeah, but on the defense, though, we don't really know how they're going to be able to do that as of now, because they are still waiting for the Conquerors to make the first move. As the attacking side, they haven't been able to plant the bomb just yet. Oh, come on, HXS. Unreal, buddy. Unreal. We need to put this guy on a one-on-one against Whoopi and just see what happens in that match. It's going to be Pai, Ken, and the Mayo still alive in here, trying to get something done for the Conquerors. And Ken would take Crimson Jean taken down by Tamayo, and it looks like just like that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's back to a 3-on-3, and Mac with a 2-piece KRM action, leaving Ken all alone in here for the Conquerors. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it looks like Triple V Esports might have just pulled one game back in here, unless Ken can go on his crazy rampage. Yes, Ken with the first kill in here, second kill in here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is it. This is the comeback. Ken can get it done. Can he go in and pull this off? It is going to be Mac in here going up against Ken, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Both want that CQC action. The attack right now, bomb hasn't been picked up. That he has gone in for the plant, but Ken will get taken down at the end of the day. Triple V Esports, what a showdown. They will get the win. One apiece, and I think that was well deserved for the both of them, black and blue.
Yeah, that was kind of what we were expecting more from VVV Esports on the first map. Finally able to bring it back here. Map number 2, it is now a 1-to-1 on both sides, and that is going to give us a very competitive game here on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. This second series of the day, we're going to have a third and a fourth after this as well. So, guys, already at our second, we're not even done with halfway through the day, and we're already getting some very exciting games. And map number 3 is one to be talked about because, well, we are 1-to-1, and we're going to be going back to Domination, which is a map that historically, mode rather historically, that has favored VVV Esports. But in this series alone, the team that did win the respawn game mode, which was Hardpoint a while ago, was the Conquerors, and so that is going to be quite a point of contention once we move into map number 3.
Exactly, yeah. Now, the the results, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they are ready already. So let's just jump over in there and get a quick recap once again as to what got us here, right? 150 to 81 victory for Triple V Conquerors, and then Triple V Esports would go ahead to take one game back with a 6-2 victory at Search and Destroy Crossfire gameplay. And this time it's going to be domination. Which of the Triple V squad will be able to rise up to the top? Now, a quick community service message to all of those in the comment section. Please keep it clean and respectful. We know right now it's the Philippines going up against the Philippines. Next it's going to be Malaysia going up against Malaysia. I'm not too worried at all, right? But for our final match off in the day, things are going to get hot and spicy. But I see the comment section already getting hot and spicy. So don't forget, keep it with a lot of love and a lot of respect, all right? Because the Mustachio is watching those names. And we don't forget that easy now, do we, Black and Blue?
We keep that the codex up there, you know. Oh, it's this guy.
Yeah.
But
then when you step into our streams, you can't blame us if you get banned now. Now, because you won't see it here. You won't see it in the comment section because we know Garena is very, very kind with their comment section. They allow freedom of speech. But the Mustachio would like to see you guys build a beautiful community in the comment section. All right, now we are going to be jumping into the final match for this series. Triple V versus Triple V. This time, domination, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's see exactly what happens.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 3, the final one to take it home. It is a tied score right now, 1-1 on the board. And Bravo Control has been quickly trying to take seized by Conquerors. But so for now, PDR Reborn, well, they're going to be stopping that from happening. I think that is that's an error right there on the name. We're going to actually switch out over. It's supposed to be VVV Esports, not PDR Reborn. Mind us, apologies, our humble apologies for that error. But it is going to be actually VVV Esports here with a 4-4 tied up, as Charlie is what is in their pocket right now.
With the 6-all right now, Conquerors trying their best to pick up a B, but they will not be able to do so because Nick Flip is just flipping them off one after the other, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Are we going to be able to see them make a comeback in here? I mean, it's so early. The Conquerors have already gotten Alpha as well as Bravo. Charlie only being held on by PDR Reborn, but Ken right now going in for the push. The Predator missile in the game so fast, and he will be taking advantage of it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, but unfortunately for him, no kill.
Yeah, unfortunately, there, a bit of a error, but here, it has finally been updated, the score, guys. VVV Conquerors do have Alpha and Bravo, while VVV Esports, only Charlie in their pocket. Once again, that's the only point they have under control. You can see you're playing on top of the dumpster. HXS, he has been known to do lots of work there, looking up towards the top spawn street. And so what can he do in this situation? He can cut off any rotations coming in from their spawn into Bravo. But for now, they're going to have to control Bravo to make full use of that position, as Mac is going to push here to back alley, able to find a frag, but there are 2 more coming his way. Will he be able to hold on to back alley? This is a very important position for the side of VVV Esports to be able to control it so that they can safely take Bravo back as well. So Mac is going to have a very important position here. As you can see, Nick Flip is going to try and take Bravo in the first place.
Oh, I mean, he can try. Will he succeed just in the nick of time? I mean, he almost gets taken down by that thermite, but he moves away just for the time being. I mean, the Conquerors have been conquering this round just nice, right? They are aiming to hit that 75-point mark first. With the 51-30 thus far, it looks like they will be able to do it. Mac going crazy with his chopper gameplay. One more for him. Pai might get taken down. The Mayo goes in for HXS. I mean, bringing a sniper into this game, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is almost as smart as bringing a shotgun right up to your opponent's face, right? Because so many of these positions can be, just conquered by these snipers who can command and control these hard points. Bravo has been taken back by Triple V Esports right now. Nick Flip going in for the frag, and a quick backstab in there will allow him to continue to hold on to Bravo for Triple V Esports.
Nick Flip, a very good position here towards the broken wall. That's what you call this position right now here in Cubby. And so I think the RCXD let out. He is holding on to the broken wall position very good and has been quite an anchor here for VVV Esports to hold on towards the Bravo point as they try to make the comeback happen. Nothing going their way yet so far, but they don't have to do anything in terms of anything too aggressive. HXS, though, with Annihilator in hand, to try and make something happen here, is going to actually hold on to the B point and defend it quite well. They're actually going to be able to make a play for Alpha right now because of those entries by HXS with the Annihilator.
Well, they have to continue in round number 2, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because this one has just come to an end. Triple V Conquerors will be the first one to conquer round number 1. But will it be the same story in round number 2? Triple V Esports will try to deny them, but the Conquerors, well, they need this points. They need the points way more than Triple V Esports. So fingers crossed for the Conquerors, but I don't think Esports is going to make it any easier. Oh, here comes the War Machine straight up, but no, even the War Machine can't take them down. They still get Bravo. How did Esports do that?
Well, they have taken Bravo, but they are not in the best position to really hold on to it. Never mind, scratch that. Look at this. All the frags going their way. VVV Esports is not letting Bravo up. Even when it seemed like they got wiped, there's still enough members there to hold on to it. The War Machine doing everything here for both sides. VVV Conquerors, they're taking control of Charlie, but they cannot seize control back from Bravo, from VVV Esports just yet. A great opening start from VVV Esports. That's exactly what they need to make this comeback happen. But Moy just shredding all of them down with a chopper. He is the only gunner in the land, and nothing's gonna stop him. HXS, he's gonna get found as well. What a great play by Moy to take top alpha control early on.
Well, Moy is just waiting in here because he knows he is going to be able to take one more, and HXS gets it through the wall yet again by Moy, ladies, German boys and girls. And what a wall bang in there yet again. Crims goes in with the Annihilator gameplay. At the moment, it is Triple V Esports, but we can see the Conquerors are making that comeback in that they have the lead on the board because they've snatched back Bravo 99-90, and they will hit the 100-point mark first as Triple V Esports goes in for Bravo but denied at the very end. Crims with the one piece in there but gets taken down. Here comes the cluster strike all the way at Bravo, assisting them as the Triple V Esports boys goes in for the capture one again. But even if they did so, they will not be able to get it done. Triple V Conquerors still will go on to conquer Bravo Black and Blue.
They have quite a good chance of taking Bravo right now, but still, VV Conqueror is not going to let this up quite easily. Crims, he is going to be around the corner here. They're finally going to be able to take Bravo control back, and they do have a good chance of making this comeback happen. 20 points is the lead of the Conquerors so far, and VVV Esports are going to be able to actually kind of bleed into those points. All they have to do right now is hold on to the crash position, and they can make this comeback happen. It's going to be very close. The Conquerors only need 25 points to win this entire map, and so they're going to have to hold on to Bravo for the entirety of this duration here if they want to make this comeback happen. I think they're going to be able to get the lead in just a nick of time as they finally have the Goliath up here on Crims. His health, though, is already taken very low on that XS1.
Yeah, I mean, they so lucky for Crims to go. Oh, looks like he's not that lucky as Ken comes back in there with the KRM. And more right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for Triple V Esports. The Conquerors haven't taken down the VTOL. That only means the VTOL is going to be taking down all of those players. And none of those players are coming back in here for the takedown, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. 135 to 126. And there you go. The Conquerors have actually managed to take Bravo back, Black and Blue.
Oh no, this did not look too well now for VVV Esports, as they could not have resisted that without having to give up the entire map, man. VVV Esports at this point, 130 to 145. There's no way they can take this back. Even if they take Bravo back, they're going to have to take Charlie back as well. And in that case, that's going to be a moot point as the Conquerors are able to take a 2-1 series over the main team. VVV Esports will get tamed down, humbled by the second team. Conquerors now take it 2-1.
Very, very well played by the Conquerors, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What a back-to-back match that was. I mean, both of the squads gave their everything in there, right? But like you kind of predicted in there, Black and Blue, the Conquerors had just that bit of information on Triple V Esports to pull this win away. I don't think this is something. This is not a feat that is easily achievable by any of the other squads in here, don't you think?
Yeah, it is quite difficult to take it from one of the best teams we already have here in our MSP Major. Mind you guys, the VVV Esports team were able to take 2-1 over NRX again, so the world champs. So Conqueror is doing the exact same thing to VVV Esports. Bodes a good sign for the Conquerors to make it back further into the brackets. I mean, right now, they are third to the bottom, actually, well, kind of tied up with PDR REBORN, and so they are around, the fifth place right now, and they do have a good chance, I do believe, of making it into that top 4, if anything, and so there is a good chance for them to make it. If not, top 5 is what they have to be settling for, but really, the Conquerors do have some light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, as long as they're not at the bottom two, I think the Conquerors will be quite happy in here. Because then again, it goes back to the question of whether or not all of the squads are showing exactly what they have in their arsenal, right? Because yes, it may be the case for the bigger squads, but are the squads like, the Triple V Conquerors doing the exact same thing as well? Because the next stage is going to be so much more difficult. It's going to be mind games and strategy all the way, right, Black and Blue? But, well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the highlight of their series is ready. So let's see exactly how did the Conquerors conquer their big brothers Triple V Esports today.
Well, map number 1, it almost seemed like VVV Esports had it, and that's exactly what happened. So a great showing there by VVV Esports. Conquerors did have an early lead, but then quickly, swiftly taken back once in their way. VVV Conquerors were able to take somehow hardpoint here as Esports almost seemed like they're going to run away with it. The Conquerors were able to take it back and once again take a map number 1 firmly in their way. You can see there very, very strong control. Moi finding so many frags at Annihilator. Very many, actually, exemplary praise from multiple players in this exact map. Here you can see Mo, especially, I'd like to say he's the MVP for this specific play that he did on screen. And as we move into Search and Destroy, well, finally the Conquerors are able to make something happen back off of the great plays there. You saw Tamayo with the sniper rifle, just finding everything that they needed in HXS as well, doing the exact same thing in return.
And this kill was one crazy one where Crims made that one mistake flying in the air, but Ken wouldn't allow him to get away with that, right? And HXS, man, he was the true MVP for, both the squads, over the two squads. He really showed the best version of himself in here. Ken, with this almost close to a comeback, but at the end of the day, Mac would make him pay with a shot straight to the face. And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it would be an easy equalizer by Triple V Esports. When we moved into domination, on the other hand, things would come a change.
And here we saw, finally, VVV Esports near the end of the first half were able to bring it back, actually. They were just, 10 points away from really tying it in. But in the end of it, here are the results, guys, ladies and gentlemen. 81-150 here in the favor of the Conquerors. VVV Esports do take map number 2 on Crossfire. Search and Destroy going their way. And then map number 3. Well, in the end, it went to the Conquerors. They came, they saw, and they conquered over the main team. And VVV Esports didn't get ticked down a notch, I believe, after that.
Yes, I mean, solid gameplay all the way by the Conquerors. At times, we did kind of think that, maybe Triple V Esports is, going to be able to pull this game away. But when Moa brought in the final VTOL, I think that was the point where the game was over, right? Because they managed to catch Bravo back and they went too far ahead. Even if, the Triple V Esports did manage to go in for those captures, at the end of the day, just with that one final point, they got that victory. So well deserved by the Conquerors. They really needed it, and they took it right there for themselves.
Yeah, the Conquerors, well, they were able to abuse, and make the reads and the adjustments that they needed to do. And that is exactly why they deserve to win that 2-1 over the VVV Esports. They're going to be kicking up a notch a bit on the leaderboards. But for now, guys, we're going to be back in just a bit with the third 3-map series of the day. It is going to be KLASIKO Rampage versus RSG. Malaysia versus Malaysia. Well, the Kings of One versus, the Knights trying to make their way into this. But before that, we're going to go into a very short break. We'll be back with you guys in just a second. We'll see you in just a bit.
I tried to fight alone. 'Cause sometimes we just don't know that we can do anything together.
Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is AJ and I am the Mustachio. At me at the table is the one and only Nico, Black and Blue Gaioso.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back now, our third three-map series of the day, and that is going to be KLASIKO Rampage versus RSG. Everybody very excited for that map. Both the two representatives from Malaysia, your hometown boys, Mustachio. And so, coming into this, I think it's kind of safe to say that RSG do have a firm advantage, versus the side of KLASIKO Rampage, but we still can't count KLASIKO Rampage out because going up against your own countrymen means that you play them more than any other team here has at the MSP Major, and that means you probably know more about them, as we saw in the last series with VVV Conquerors going up against VVV Esports, with Conquerors being the typically unfavored team to really make it. They were actually the one who were able to take it 2-1, and that's because they knew how the opponents played.
Absolutely correct. I mean, Black and Blue, to be honest, right, the history tells us that RSG is going to be able to take this very, very easily away from KLASIKO. But let's take a quick peek at the Bannon picks. Maybe the Bannon picks, maybe it went towards KLASIKO's favor, and they might be, there you go. RSG would win the coin toss, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And it looks like the maps, two of them will favor RSG's picks. So that puts a KLASIKO Rampage at an even bigger disadvantage as KLASIKO goes in and bans Crossfire, standoff banned by RSG. Map number 1, Hardpoint, will be played at Summit, and this is RSG's biggest and baddest map, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So I don't think KLASIKO is going to be able to pull one off here, Black and Blue.
Yeah, RSG are a complete monster when it comes to playing on Summit, and for the side of KLASIKO, they're going to have to try and just, hold on to that one. But map number 2, they're going to be banning Crossfire for Search and Destroy. RSG will ban Firing Range. So our map number 2, Search and Destroy, is going to be played on Meltdown. And that's quite an interesting one to see. I would like to see how KLASIKO play on Meltdown. We have not seen them on stream play a Meltdown game as of yet. And I'm going to be very interested to see how they're going to perform in map number 2, which was, at the end of it, their pick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but we already have seen RSG go into Meltdown many a times with Search and Destroy, and they are monsters on that map as well. So KLASIKO Rampage, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, better know exactly what they are doing. For match number 3, Crash and Crossfire band of Summit has been picked yet again. Of course, right? RSG, if that's the map that they are going to be performing the best on, and KLASIKO hasn't gone in and banned it, why the hell not, says RSG. And it's going to be a 2 Summit playoff and 1 Meltdown in here today.
Well, I mean, Summit is one of, if not the strongest map for RSG probably in this entire tournament so far. They've pretty much won almost every single Summit map that they've played on here, RSG. So yeah, I don't blame them for going back to Summit when it comes into map number 3, going back into Domination. So we're going to be playing both of our respawn game modes, map number 1 and 3, that is Hardpoint and Domination respectively, on Summit once again. So things are looking quite tight here for the side of KLASIKO Rampage, AJ.
Absolutely. It is, man. It is. But anyway, before we speak a little bit more on this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a quick update from behind the scenes, right? We know Divinity Uprising was going up against Impunity earlier today. That match just ended a moment ago, and it was a 3-0 crushing victory for Divinity, right? So, sorry, Impunity. I want Impunity to win, but unfortunately they just haven't been doing well at all. But let's leave that side. Let's leave that aside for the time being, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We will shed a tear for Impunity later on after RSG shows us if or not they can crush the spirit of KLASIKO. Derp in there with the 2 frags, and he will get the 3rd one as well, the 4th one as well. Derp on fire, I tell you.
Already right out of the gates, and his engine is steaming, everything going his way. Derp is going to be holding a very important position as well here on top of the balcony, on side of control room. And so, Derp, what an exemplary start from him. Now they're going to be able to try and wrestle back the hard point, which is right here at the center of the control room, right out in the open. So RSG opening take and lead for them, but KLASIKO Rampage are already contesting the midpoint here, and there's nothing that he can really do to wrestle it back. But finally, they're going to take this point. Might be a bit too little too late though, as RSG have already taken quite a 10-point lead here really at the end of it.
And they've moved on to the second hard point as well, trying to, stake a quick defense there before any of the KLASIKO members can come in. Andy is still stuck in here, but we will see KLASIKO Rampage, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, just at the hard point, just for a little bit before RSG comes in there for some spicy action. And it's just a little bit of back and forth between the two squads, but RSG will ensure they take them out. MIB goes in for Derp this time. Zarif coming back in here just to say hello, but gets snuffed out by Raven. And it's going to be Alfari right now taken down by Eds. And it seems like it is great competition and at the same time no competition at all. RSG, although we see KLASIKO coming in here for the points, black and blue, RSG seems to be unfazed by the situation at all. They still continue collecting those points.
They are, but somebody's wreaking havoc in their backline right now, and that's going to be Eds. He has gotten a great flank on them. He's finally going to find a frag and go down there for MIB, and so, man, KLASIKO Rampage, they have taken the hard point right now, but RSG so far, looking at their position right now, do have quite a good position to try and take it back from them, and that's exactly why it's going to be, well, switch on over now as we unlock the hard point. It's going to be firmly in the control of RSG.
Smokey comes back in here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The Fennec gameplay. RSG still has hard point at number 3 right now. Can they go back? Ooh, Smokey with that quick shot. Oh, but getting taken down by Sia's backstab. It's going to be Alfari's KRM action as he goes in for the push. No shield set up at the doorway, so they can go in there, but not as easy as it sounds now, is it? Because Alfari, the moment he tried to step in there, those players would go in for those shots, but he does manage to take Smokey, who comes in for the backstab, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, only to end it by killing himself with the war machine.
That's kind of a Summit 1G situation that we just saw, but hey, things happen. Nice to know that, some lighthearted fun can be made out of such a situation. But RSG, very, very firmly in the lead right now. They are not going to be in any position to actually really give anything up here because they don't have to. And so, as the hardpoint does switch on over to the side of KLASIKO Rampage, it's going to be unlocked. And while they do, are going to be able to rather take an early control. You can see MIB just showing off the footwork here, just moving around and making all these hard jumps work. They are in a good chance to make this happen here, RSG. Although the war machine coming out, and Andy's going to just fire them all down. Andy just tearing right through them like a chainsaw through meat. Nothing they can really do, and that's going to hard respawn them. KLASIKO Rampage are going to be able to hold on to this hard point just that bit longer.
There's such a solid play on that hard point, right? I mean, Andy with the thermite gameplay along with his war machine plus the ASM-10 that was swapped out so fast. RSG had no chance at all to take this point, and they kind of realized that already, but this time they will flank in from the right-hand side instead. Alfari getting taken down by Derp, and they will go in for the push. RSG has finally taken over that hard point with the 123 lead on the board to 73 so far, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It looks like RSG should be able to pull the match to a close on the next hard point for sure, because they just need 25 more and they're game on to take point number 1.
They are looking very hot right now, and even, with the hard point about to be unlocked, it's going to be in the favor of RSG for the meantime. If KLASIKO Rampage right now can take this early top control of the control room, then they're going to be able to wrestle back the hard point, and that's exactly what they need to do. Now, you can see MIB here on top of the control point, but he's going to get found. A great shot there by Skilla. Zarf is going to find another frag going the way of the KLASIKO Rampage, though, and that's going to leave the point still firmly in the hands of RSG. And AJ, I think at this point it's safe to say it's going to be a map number 1 going to RSG.
Yeah, solid in there, man. Along with every single score streak being brought out towards that last minute there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there was nothing KLASIKO Rampage could do to fight back against the monsters RSG. They say, right, with the change of name, Resurgence, they have finally risen. They have finally resurged out of nowhere, and they are right now RSG, and they're here to dominate, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and they will do so, because right now with that victory, black and blue, don't forget, RSG slowly moves up back to the top of the board. Because with Divinity's win over Impunity, they were there at that 16-point mark, but RSG is not letting go of this lead. Even if they don't win at the end of the day, they want that number one spot, and no matter what, they refuse to let it go, man.
Just to remind you guys, too, Impunity have not won a single map today, so they will go down 0-6, and they're going to be stuck at the end of day 4 of the group stages here at the MSP Major with just 3 points still. So it isn't looking too well for you Impunity fans out there. Fortunately, you still do have other representatives in this tournament for the country of Singapore, so let's hopefully things will go their way a bit more. But we're going to show you guys the results now here of our map number 1 for the 3rd series of the day. Impunity, well, rather, sorry, my bad. KLASIKO Rampage, rather, versus the RSG and
RSG. Yeah. 150 to 83 when we moved in there, right? So many of those opportunities. KLASIKO kind of showed us that they can take it up to RSG, but unfortunately for them, luck just wouldn't be on their side. And the way RSG played that, although KLASIKO was so good, they got outshined by RSG, right? So the rivalry between these two squads, it dates back a long time now. They know each other's styles so well, but RSG has always had the upper hand, Black and Blue, and I don't think that's going to change anytime in the near future, unless maybe if KLASIKO Rampage has a few new signings to help them out here.
Yeah. Hopefully, they're kind of in this situation, the usurpers of Malaysia, with RSG being at the top, they're firmly the kings and the champions of it, like, no doubt, the best team in Malaysia. But it's KLASIKO Rampage right now in that second place in the Malaysian scene, probably second or third, arguably, but they made it this far, so props to them. So it's kind of them trying to usurp the throne away from RSG, rather, and in this case, they are quite short of doing so yet. I think map number 2 is going to pose a good chance for them to try and make something happen. We're going to be moving over to Search and Destroy. It is going to be their map pick, their only map pick this best of 3, because we're going to be going back once again to Summit after this. So we're going to be playing Meltdown now, and I'm very interested to see how KLASIKO play Meltdown, rather, because we haven't seen them play Meltdown on broadcast as of yet, and this was their map pick, so maybe this might just be their ace in the pocket. Okay, let's finally pull out our Meltdown map. We hopefully, for their sake, that they're good on Meltdown, because that was their pick, but I'm excited to see what is going to come out here from KLASIKO Rampage.
I mean, for their sake, they better be able to pull a bunny out of the bag, because KLASIKO Rampage right now, they stand on the board with 7 points, right? Triple B Conquerors as well as PDR Reborn, they've already broken away from that 7-point equalizer. They're both at the 10-point mark right now. So KLASIKO Rampage, this is do or die for them. Getting a win here, getting 2 points in here is not going to push them above the two squads that were, kind of tied them with the 7 points, but it will get them slightly close and give them a little bit of hope in there. Sia comes in here, ladies, German boys and girls. It's going to be Alfari as well as MIB, taking down Derp as well as Ranger. Sia gets taken down finally by Edge with a 2-piece in there. Alfari goes down as well. It's going to be a 3-on-3 situation all the way back in here. It is, at the end of the day, Raven and Smokey moving in, but Zarif would almost get taken down. Smokey right now just blazing it up left, right, center, and Zarif will call round number 1 to an end with a beautiful snipe from the right-hand side.
A good opening round from the side of KLASIKO Rampage. This is exactly what they needed to do here to start things off, and that is what they're delivering us so far. Round number 1 going their way, and they're on the attacking side as well. It seems like they're going to be going this time for a chimney take here on Big Chimney. This is the A site. We saw them go towards B a bit closer the last time. Will they be doing the exact same thing? Doesn't seem likely, but we're going to see how their A execute is going to work out. You can see Smokey here, a very strong position to stop this from happening. This is the default area to play, right on top of the stairs, so you can look down at anybody coming in from the split. And so Smokey does have the shotgun in hand, and that's going to be quite a thing to walk into as they come out here into a KRM in their face.
Yeah, well, the 2 players in here, they could go in for a push together. Oh, but they do go ahead, and it's a 3-player push. One gets taken down by Smokey, but an immediate response, right? RSG comes back in there, and just like that, even though it was a great push by KLASIKO, they went in together. RSG would snuff them out, leaving just Zarif, the sniper, alone in here. So what can he do, right? Because KLASIKO Rampage, they are on the attacking side, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The bomb has been dropped, and the only the only one left for KLASIKO is a sniper. Can he pull off a crazy gameplay here, Black and Blue? Do you think he will be able to pull one back based on his performance thus far in the tournament?
It's going to be very hard. I'm not doubting his skills, of course, but the bomb is dropped here on top of Big Chimney, inside Big Chimney rather, and that is not a place that really favors a sniper rifle. But Zarif, what a great flick by him to find that. Okay, that's a good start. Not to get our hopes up, but still, 25 seconds left on the clock. If he can find another, I like the adjustment here. He moves, and he knows now the position is being held by the defenders of RSG. Will he be able to find the frag is the question. No, he won't. A crossfire comes his way. Raven will deliver the message, and that is, we're going to take a round number 1 away from you guys. Finally, RSG, a point on the board.
We could see the gameplay. We could read his mind as to exactly what he was thinking in there. It was an amazing play by Zarif, but unfortunately for him, at the end of the day, the numbers always win, right? You can't go into a 3-on-1 situation and think that you're God and be able to pull that back. I mean, not every day is Sunday. Today, at the end of the day, is Saturday. So yeah, in here, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, ASM 10 gameplay. They will be attempting a quick push into Bravo right now, but Alfari would go in. Unfortunately for him, he will get traded out by Eds instantaneously once he took Captain Ranger down. A 4-on-4 right now, and they are not going in for a rush push. It is Smokey coming in for the backstab with his KRM. A quick toss of the nade in there as well. He's not going to be able to get much in there, but he does go in for the takedown. A 2-piece, a total of 3 kills back-to-back for Smokey. No, 2 back-to-back for Smokey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And at the end of the day, it would be RSG yet again with that point.
Smokey there, keeping things very hot. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And that's exactly what Smokey brought to the game. Round number 4 is what we're moving into here already, as RSG do have a 2-1 lead on KLASIKO's map. This is their map pick, by the way, guys. So, Saya, he's stunned for now, but I think he has a good angle to potentially find the frag here. He's going to be pushing, K94 in hand, and he does find Eds. A great frag by him. Will he find a second? Yes, he will chime in, but he's going to get traded off finally there by Raven. So, good find by Raven to deliver that.
And Smokey just smokes yet another one. Alfari goes down. Zarif the sniper yet again. He is alone, but this time he just has 2 players, and both of them KRM users, right? So Zarif might be able to get some picks in here because both these players are quite far away from him. Then again, he is at a disadvantage. Why? Because KLASIKO is on the attacking side, and yet again, the bomb has been dropped. So I really wonder who is this bomber who keeps dropping the bomb, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because Zarif keeps having to pick up this slack. Now, if he moves up in here, he could, but that one player towards his right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he doesn't see Derp in there, and Derp actually snipes him close range out of the situation, and RSG will go ahead to pick up point number 3.
Derp a bit too tucked in the corner for him to really realize what was happening there. Unfortunate happening for KLASIKO Rampage, but RSG 3-1 on the board. KLASIKO Rampage, what can they do now? Well, they seem like to be wanting to go for the B side take, and I think that is the right situation to do. Trophy system was deleted there, so they're going to be able to toss the utility down and deep to support this execute that's about to come towards the B side. They're going to try and go for the plant, but before then, they're going to have to find a pick to do that. Saya, he's going to find a frag. Yes, he will. Derp will go down. Raven will get a trade off on him, and that's going to leave it down to 4v4 as they try to make the take happen here.
Well, 4-3 right now, as I think Zarif was the one who got taken down. Smokey and Raven going crazy as well, leaving Alfari, the KRM user, all alone in here. But he will go ahead and get taken down by Eds, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. An easy point number 4 in there by RSG.
4-1, and RSG looking very, very good here on KLASIKO Rampage's map pick as well. First time we've seen KLASIKO play Meltdown, and it hasn't been looking too well in their favor right now. They're going to be on the defensive side, though, so hopefully that's going to change things up in their favor. Smokey, a very, very deep smoke nade there. You can see he's going to be playing very aggressively here to hold off any defenders trying to stop and deny the plant, as they're going to go for the plant in just a second. Smokey doing very, very good work here to establish map control already of the site.
I mean, to go in there and go in for that sort of a push, right? Keeping KLASIKO at bay. KLASIKO is the defending side, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, but the attacking side literally going in there for the attacks and pushing the defenders back. But at the end of the day, Smokey gets taken down by Zarif with a very close range sniper combat action there. Alfari KRM want to backstab. He gets it, and it is just a Raven in here right now with his ASM going up against 3 players. But of course, Alfari would settle that score instantaneously, and then of course go in for that defusal. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, point number 2 for KLASIKO in here, and what a way to get it.
Well, KLASIKO were able to take the very first round of their attacking side, and they do the exact same here on the defensive side. The question is, will they be able to string it to a second round in a row? For the first time, KLASIKO Rampage, that's what they're looking to do. They do not want to give up match point right now to the side of RSG, because then there might be too much of a cushion for RSG to, capitalize on. So KLASIKO Rampage, they're going to be going for a side defense focused here. And while Big Chimney is a good position, I think they might have gotten the wrong read, because the bomb is going to be planted towards the B side. As Saya is able to find a frag and derp, that's at least going to alleviate some of the burdens of trying to make a retake happen on the B side.
Well, Saya right now going in for a long flank around the right. He is at house B right now. As he goes in for the push, he should be able to see one player, but he allows the thermite to go in front of him first. So the player should know that he is coming in from the back, so he wouldn't be able to go in for a sneaky play there. Smokey goes in for a takedown. MIB and Zarif going in, popping off as well. Ranger and Smokey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they are going to be facing Zarif 1-on-1. I was just going to say 1-on-2, but then again, let's just snack that away, right? 5 rounds in here by RSG, and they just one more away from taking game number 2 as well.
Destroy the objective.
It's already match point here for RSG, and it isn't looking too well for the side of KLASIKO. I mean, once again, they were able to take the first round of the half, but were not able to string that into a second round in a row, and that's exactly what happened in the first half. Hopefully for them, they can potentially bring it back here, but 5-2 is quite a large lead here for the side of RSG, especially of all teams. And so Smokey, he's going to get caught by that stun, but there's nobody in any position from KLASIKO to really capitalize on that. At least some info is all they find off of that. And well, KLASIKO Rampage, you're going to have to make something happen here, as RSG are almost seeming to go for an A side take. They are geared up here for the chimney position, so we'll see if that's going to continue on. But I think it rotate towards B side, and B side is what they're really going to commit to.
Yeah, RSG is just waiting for KLASIKO to make one mistake, right? Because at least with 1 or 2 frags in there, it can confirm that they will get this victory quick and easy right now. They don't want to rush and make any mistakes in here. Derp comes in with the sniper. He should be able to see someone. MIB takes out Smokey right after Saya gets taken down by him. It's going to be Eds as he goes in for the push. One player right there towards his left. Is Eds going to be able to take this takedown, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? A quick trophy system gameplay in here. Bomb on the ground. 40 seconds to go. And it is all up to KLASIKO as to how they would like to play this right now. It's going to be Ed with a quick thermite right there in front of him, but he won't be able to get much done as Raven and Derp goes in for Alfari as well as Andy, leaving Zarif yet again just all alone. But Derp says, no problem, Zarif. I understand. I understand your pain of being the final survivor all the time. And Derp ends it so quickly in there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game number 2 taken up by RSG.
RSG looking flawless right now. They've already taken this one 2-0 in KLASIKO Rampage. Even on their map, we're not able to really put a dent in the armor of RSG, and we're going to be going back into domination. Map number 3 is going to be played on Summit once again, and that is potentially the best map for RSG in this entire tournament. It's not looking too well for KLASIKO Rampage right now, AJ, to say the least.
That's an understatement. That's an understatement of the year, Black and Blue. I mean, KLASIKO has been getting dominated. Nah. We can be as honest as we want here, right? I mean, RSG went in there. KLASIKO, it's not like KLASIKO was bad at the game. They gave it their all. But every single step of the way, RSG is just showing that they have just one step above, just one class above KLASIKO Rampage. And KLASIKO hasn't been able to attain that level for a long time now. And I think it's about time they kind of got sick of this situation, right? Because how long do you want to get stepped on by RSG? KLASIKO, if there's any time to rise up, it is right now. And you can go on your rampage, KLASIKO. And we want to see it. Black and Blue wants to see it. I want to see it. The audience wants to see it. We are still waiting for that eternal rampage to start.
Well, currently they're getting stepped on, but what they have to avoid is to get stomped on here. That would be an even worse situation if they got 3-0'd. So KLASIKO Rampage gonna have to bring something into this game and try and make things a bit more heated. I mean, they've been trying their best, of course, very valiant, but RSG, I mean, they are looking like one of the favorites to take this entire tournament home. They might just be the new. I don't want to jinx it, or I don't want to call it out too head early, but I'm just saying they're one of the favorites right now, guys, and so. RSG.
I'm gonna continue
the
the reverse caster's curse, right? RSG is not gonna win.
Oh yeah, that's how
no
it typically works, right?
Will win. Yeah, man. Every single time I've said RSG is gonna win, they never won. Every single time I say RSG is not gonna win, RSG wins. But the results are ready, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's just take a quick, recap as to what has happened thus far. 150 to 83, 6-2, 2 games for RSG. Even on the map pick of KLASIKO Rampage, it was RSG for the final map. RSG's map. Can we see KLASIKO go on a rampage? Black and blue, call it out, buddy. 3-0 or 2-1. What do you think is going to happen based on what you've seen thus far?
Unfortunately, a clean 3-0, I believe, is what we're going to be delivered at the end of this series, and RSG have this one in the pocket. I mean, as much as we'd like a 2-1 for the side of KLASIKO Rampage, who knows, maybe they're able to make the reads as they're going to be playing, RSG a second time on Summit, so that is hopefully going to help their cause out, but really, at the end of it, 3-0 is what we're going to be delivered. I believe that very firmly. Yeah,
I kind of feel the 3-0 coming as well, because RSG is just sick of it, right? They've gone in and they fought the kings from SG as well as PH already, and SG has something under their belt. PH already has something amazing under their belt, but MY still doesn't have it just yet, right? So the boys from RSG, I know they feel left out. I know they are hungry to get the win. And they don't seem to be holding back at all in the group stages of the MSP Major. They are going all out. And I like this side of RSG. Like I think it was you that I told this to. RSG has had this the way they play their games, they used to do really well at the start, and then they finally drop the ball towards the end of those games, right? But this time round, it's a totally different team, man. I mean, with the addition of Smokey, in there, up to another level.
They've
just
been
one more step above.
They've been able to close out a lot better now historically, and so the RSG are really, pegged on top there of one of the teams that might just come out of this. But first, before we get to that, we're going to have to move over and go to our map number 3 versus KLASIKO Rampage. Here we are back on Summit. Domination is what we're going to be playing. They're already up 2-0 here in our 3-map series. And based on our predictions, I think a 3-0 is to be expected here. Of course, KLASIKO Rampage not going to let that happen easy as they open up with a bunch of picks going their way, actually. Skill is able to find Eds and Raven, and that's a good start here as they do take top control of the control room.
Well, CS, a gameplay, ladies, German boys and girls. He manages to move away from the Thermite, but can he survive long enough? As Zarif goes in with a beautiful chopper takedown for KLASIKO. Bravo not touched in here just yet. It is the control room, and Zarif will try to clear it up from up top, but here comes 2 players. Raven takes him down from the back, and it's going to be Smokey as he pushes in with his KRM. Eliminated instantaneously. RSG won this hard point. KLASIKO won this hard point. Both of them, there's a particular Bravo side, but either one of them is going to be able to take it if they continuously go in here one after the other. Black and blue Ranger standing in here, but how long is he going to be able to survive, buddy?
Well, he does have a good point of contention here as his teammates have finally came up to support him. So Alpha and Bravo control taken early by RSG. That's going to let them build quite a lead here as KLASIKO Rampage are not in any position to actually take back the Bravo point, and RSG are already capping Charlie in front of their faces, and KLASIKO are currently getting rampaged right now and entirely dominated in Stompron.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the triple cap by RSG just to, just put a little bit of a cherry on top of the cake here. KLASIKO comes back in. They do manage to grab Alpha, but is that going to be enough? Because RSG is going to try to take the rocket all the way down to the 75-point mark. Smokey comes back in here with a beautiful miss, I would say. He didn't get the takedown. Ranger gets the attack from the back, but there you go. Smokey on Andy right now, and they will continue pushing through. Alpha by Smokey. Oh, right right in the face for Zarif. And Smokey will attempt the takeover on Alpha right now, but of course, Duke can take it out from the back.
Well, they still do have Bravo and Charlie control here. RSG, KLASIKO, Alpha is their point right now, but Bravo is a point of contention and they're going to successfully take it. You can see MIB here playing on top of control room is going to allow him to sustain and hold on towards Bravo, but what was that? Look at that, heals coming in. Actually, it almost seems like his health bar even went up after that from the idle health. And so MIB able to finally shut down Ranger there and hold on to Bravo for now.
Yeah, awesome capture in there by MIB. I mean, awesome protection, defense in there by MIB. Unfortunately for Ranger, although the defense shield gameplay for Bravo was amazing, they don't get it. Oh, Derp finally gets it done though, and he still goes in there for that snipe on Andy. Smokey takes out Zarif. It's going to be Derp in here with the defense right now, and he's still going to stick around with Bravo and Charlie captured by RSG, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This first round is going to come to an end with RSG comfortably with the lead.
End of the first half, and that is quite a surmountable lead already taken here by RSG. KLASIKO Rampage are going to have to turn things around if they want to bring it back, but hopefully with the side switch, that is going to help their favor out here as they do get a opposite spawn now. Charlie Point is going to be in the favor of RSG and Alpha in the favor of KLASIKO. Let's see if that's going to play a factor as we move into the second half here with RSG with a starting commanding lead.
They go in for the control room point immediately, and it looks like Eds won't be able to because nobody. Oh, there you go. Just as I was about to say, KLASIKO comes back in here to deny him that Bravo point, but Derp comes in here with the War Machine for the defense, and one player just going in for the. Oh, come on! Even with the camp, he wasn't able to take Derp down, and Derp would snuff him out with the War Machine. The War Machine combination together with the Shock RC get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. And he will continue to go on a rampage until Alfari sets him off with that War Machine as off his own as well.
War Machine just wreaking havoc on anything it comes across right now. RSG have taken Charlie control and they're about to take Alpha. Yes, they do. Bravo, though, is going to be seized away by KLASIKO Rampage, but still, it's hard to hold on to Bravo without having Alpha or Charlie control, and so I don't expect Bravo to last long. Unless they can take Charlie control, though, that's going to help their cause out quite a bit.
Yeah, and they do exactly that. KLASIKO Rampage, Bravo and Charlie under lockdown right now. Can they go in here for the triple cap? They need to, because look at RSG, right? With that almost 50-point lead on the board right now. They look like the favorites to get this one. Ranger with a two-piece in there. Andy goes in for it. Smokey makes his way back up. Perhaps for a quicker retake. Oh! And he goes in and takes Seer down. RSG, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they look like they will go ahead to lose Alpha as well, but no, denied by RSG, who are trying to hold on with their dear lives right now. Are they going to be able to take Bravo at the very least as they lose? Ah, no, they get denied at Bravo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and it's the triple cap for KLASIKO Rampage.
Look at this. Finally, though, RSG are able to take Bravo. Oh, no, just a sliver away from taking Bravo. They actually haven't secured control of it. They just need a pixel to control it back in their favor. But KLASIKO Rampage, a complete domination in their way. Will RSG be able to bring it back? Finally taking Bravo control in their way. Skilla is doing so much work here on top of control room. And will he find a follow-up kill? Yes, he will. Just holding down his anchor position very greatly. He's finally going to go down there on the balcony. But RSG, their points and their deficit has now been cut into as KLASIKO are going to cut away at that, chopping away. Only 10 points is what they're going to need after this to really come back into it, and they have a good chance of making this comeback happen here, AJ.
They attempted to take Charlie back though, RSG, but they have been denied. Alpha Charlie still in the hands of KLASIKO Rampage. They might be able to overtake their partners from Malaysia, India, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. KLASIKO Rampage, they are going on a rampage, but only RSG can tame them in this way. 122 to 110 so far. RSG have managed to take Charlie back, and KLASIKO will need to work slightly harder. Raven in here, XS1 Goliath in there for Clasico Rampage as well. It's going to be the Goliath battle right now. As two Goliaths go up against one, and Zarif takes Raven. Goliath out, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And can it be a Bravo takedown by the Goliath right now? No, Sia brings in the VTOL. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are we going to be able to see Clasico Rampage rise back up? They almost get Bravo and Charlie. They do not get Bravo because they get denied at the very last moment. And it's a full-on lockdown by Clasico Rampage at the very last moment. 124 catching up with RSG's 141. If they don't continue, if they don't take Charlie back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's going to be such a sad, sad loss for Clasico Rampage. 143 and RSG look like they're just going to win this with a few points.
Oh dear. RSG, they do take alpha control, and that is going to probably end things here. Clasico Rampage, a very valiant effort to make it back. A heartbreaking defeat after that, all that effort going their way. With the VTOL, with the Goliath going their way, the Goliath battles even, the Battle of the Titans. It almost seemed like we were playing a different game there, but still, in the end, it is going to be Resurgence RSG now taking it 3-0 over the side of Clasico Rampage. Very, very valiant effort. A heartbreaker to lose after all the effort, the Herculean, effort that they put out in that exchange. But in the end of it, it's going to go to RSG, the better team, after a very, very decisive series, but close map number 3.
Well, because RSG has won a Team Blue, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we gotta switch things over a little bit, right? Now, I mean, Clasico went in there. They gave it their all. We clearly saw them giving it their all. And at one point, it actually looked like Clasico was about to steal 1 point away from RSG, right? But towards the very end, I am so excited to be witnessing the rise of RSG, Black and Blue, because like I said, right, in the past, RSG just used to be the squad that wins, and then they drop it at the final point. But it's such a different squad in here today.
They've been finally being able to, close their games out and end the series out 3-0 very strongly like that in such a clutch and dire situation, but coming up and forth through it as we look back at the highlights of that 3-map series. Resurgence RSG, now named, are just looking a peg above almost every other team right now at the MSP Major, aside from perhaps Divinity.
That was the 4 frag by Derp, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. As Clasico, this was the War Machine Rampage by Andy for the team Clasico. I mean, going in there with the defense, right? He threw the Thermite out first, and then the War Machine plus the ASM combo, it just annihilated squad RSG. But at the very end of the day, right, it was RSG that came up at the top. And then when we went into the Search and Destroy on the not being able to take the map number 3, especially after they fought so hard for it. Then in the end, RSG, the better team, will triumph. And it is just so sad to see Clasico actually drop that map, because I was hoping for them to be able to pull at least 1 point back in here. I want to be able to see Clasico perform in, the further stages and possibly maybe even the semis, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But unfortunately, the way things are going for Clasico Rampage at the moment, it doesn't seem like they will be able to. I mean, if you take a quick peek at the scoreboard right now, Impunity is at the very bottom with 3 points, and Clasico Rampage is stuck with 7 points on the board. RSG is sitting down at the very top with 18 points. Right behind them, Divinity Uprising, right? So what will decide if or not Divinity manages to overtake RSG right now is if they go in for a 3-0 victory over NRX Jeremiah 2911. And NRX will be looking for the victory as well, because a 3-0 victory over Divinity Uprising will put them in the 3rd position, not even the 4th position, because they currently are already in the 4th position. They just get to move up into, oh, my apologies. The 3rd position for them, because they are just at 12 points right now.
To get us back on our way, can we try?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is day 4 of the MSP major group stages. My name is AJ and I am the Mustachio. Joined with me at the table is the one and only Nico Black and Blue Gayoso. This is gonna be the final series of the day, and everybody has been looking forward to it. The Kings of Garena, NRX Jeremiah 2911, taking on the Kings of MSP, Divinity Uprising from SG. Nico, is there any way to call out what is about to happen, man?
I mean, this is the game that I know a lot of people in the chat have been looking forward to. We got NRX versus Divinity Uprising, the Kings of the Philippines versus those from Singapore. So both of these teams have crowns from different kingdoms, from different places, and so what they're really fighting for here, as they're both really near the top of the scoreboard, the leaderboard rather. Well, Divinity Uprising has a single point over NRX, but that's kind of a moot point. Divinity Uprising right now are looking very good. NRX, we've seen a bit of, wayward maps where it almost seems like they would lose for some reason to a team that we would like to call inferior, but not really what you're saying in that term. But so Divinity have been more consistent so far, but I also think NRX, as you like to bring up a lot, are not pulling out all of the stops. They're not pulling out all the strategies yet, all of the plays that they can. And so it's be real interesting to see, because this, once again, AJ, is going to be a preview of things to come, because we both expect both of these teams, Divinity and NRX, to go very deep into this tournament.
Absolutely. Well, the ban and pick is ready, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's see exactly where do we move in and play these matches off. And Black and Blue, I absolutely agree with that, man. I mean, yes, NRX could be holding back, or it just could be the amazing internet connection in the Philippines, bro.
It could be, there's so much going on in that regard that hampers things. But, well, no excuses made. We're going to be playing now here. 3-map series maps and modes are going to be Summit and Crash, to be banned by Divinity and NRX respectively. Map number 1, Standoff, is where we're going to be playing on Hardpoint. For map number 2, what do you think we can expect here, AJ?
Oh, well, NRX goes in, they ban Meltdown. For Standoff has been banned by Divinity. Search and Destroy. It could be firing range, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yeah, there you go. Divinity's pick on... Sorry, this is NRX's pick on firing range, and NRX is an absolute monster on this map.
They definitely are, and I'm excited to see what NRX are going to be doing to Divinity here on firing range. But map number 3, Meltdown and Crash, both banned. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like perhaps, Summit come in on the last map. But I think, if anything, firing range is what we're going to be doing again, and that's exactly what happens. Firing range, once again, for domination and search and destroy, as we start things off with Standoff on Hardpoint.
2 back-to-back firing ranges in here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to close our day off, to see the face. I mean, okay, there's so many ways that this match could go. The mind games could go crazy, or the boys might just try to prove themselves, right? Because if Divinity doesn't really want to show off their full force in here, they might just try to tease the boys from NRX just to show them exactly what they have in their arsenal, or they might just go in back and forth. They, you might see Divinity go in for a 2-1 victory in here. I think if anything has shown us, Divinity looks like the better squad at the MSP major group stages thus far. Look at the scoreboard, it'll tell you the same. RSG is doing amazing. NRX, not so crazy today, right? So if you want to go based on paper, Black and Blue, it has to be Divinity, right?
I mean, NRX today, on day number 4 of the group stages, just lost a series to VVV Esports 1-2. They gave 2 maps away to VVV Esports, and that isn't boding too well for NRX. I still think that they're going to take a map away from from Divinity right now, and Divinity are going to probably take this series 2-1. But NRX are going to make it difficult, yes, but at the end of it, 2-1 to Divinity, I think would be the smarter and safer prediction right now, considering how Divinity have been almost flawless in every single game they've played so far. Look, they have 16 points. They are in second place right now, and that is only because of the fact that they have not played their second series of the day yet. Currently, RSG are at the top with 18 points, 16 points for Divinity Uprising, but at the end of this, I think Divinity are going to at least tie that, if not overtake that 18 points and bring it to a 3-0 rather after this series. But 2-1 is our prediction. Let's go into map number 1, Divinity Uprising versus NRX, as we are starting here on Hardpoint. Standoff to kick things off.
I mean, Black and Blue, before we even start commentating on the match, right? Who would have expected eSports, right? Triple V eSports to take 2 series on NRX Jeremiah in the exact same fashion. 2-1 all both the 2 times they've met each other. Absolute crazy performance by Triple V eSports there.
Very, very much so. Very, definitely something to be proud of and be, to take into consideration when it comes to talking about the top teams here at the tournament. But for now, let's focus on this game. You can see Shadab here able to find a second kill going his way already. Divinity Uprising a early 30-point lead, and while NRX are trying to contest this, they aren't successful in doing so. Ken will find the frag, yes, but that is not going to help them take the point as yet.
Well, you see, losing 2-1 already, they have come into the series, right, with no choice whatsoever. They need to go in here for a win, NRX Jeremiah, but even right now they are on the back foot. Divinity leading 36-12 so far, and NRX Jeremiah, they are playing catch up. They are in a trouble zone right now as Heaven goes in with a beautiful snipe in there on Crush, and it's going to be Shut Up and Heaven back to back right now as they see a couple of players approaching them. It is Divinity Uprising yet again on that hard point.
Divinity Uprising seem like there is nothing that they can really, have to rather do to really pull ahead here, because all they have to do right now is just hold on to the points that they already have. They have very good control right now. While NRX are trying to make this happen, Crush, a good push by him, yes. They're going to take control of this, but see, look at the positioning by Divinity. They're already in position to try and make a retake happen if they can especially find the straggler from NRX. And so Divinity Uprising, I don't expect NRX to hold on to this point much longer. And even if they do, they're going to have to give up the early control of the next point very harshly to Divinity Uprising.
Yeah, I mean, they need to go out, or maybe they'll just leave one player in there. That's the best that they can do, right? Because NRX definitely needs the next hard point just to take a quick lead, because they can't allow Divinity Uprising to move ahead way too far. And we've seen that happen so many times to those other squads, right? Once the opposing team moves a little bit too far, staging a comeback last minute is not as easy as people think it is.
Yeah, it definitely is not, especially against a team such as Divinity Uprising. The prowess on this team is going to make it very difficult. You can see they can't even get this barricade away, and finally Candy is able to remove that, but this is quite a bit of utility in doing so. And so NRX Jeremiah in a very dire situation right now. Divinity Uprising are firmly in control and in the lead here.
With the 91-38 so far. Divinity still on that hard point, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is hard point at number 3. And Jay-Z comes in here to say hello, but instantaneously eliminated by God. Whoopi comes in to say hello with his own chopper, but he has to jump out because for the time being, NRX has got the hard point. But for how long can they hold on to it? Because Divinity is treating them like a bunch of chumps, allowing them to pick off scraps as Divinity takes a majority of the points from all of these hard points in this game.
Yeah, these hard points are firmly falling in the pocket of Divinity Uprising. And so NRX and Jeremiah, what can they do? I believe there's a War Machine up right now. Well, Heaven does have the Annihilator in his hands. He's able to find a frag. Look at all these Annihilators finding all the frags here for Shadapa as well on the side of Divinity Uprising. They've taken a firm control once again of the hard point here, which is towards the warehouse, and there's nothing it seems NRX can do to even break that line of defense that Divinity Uprising have firmly established right now. You can see a straggler here for the side of NRX and Jeremiah right on top of this, but he's going to get found quite easily. No, it's not actually. Whoopi's going to find him in return. Shadapa will go down. Heaven will go down as well. Send him back down to hell. Whoopi trying to make something happen here, but will they be able to do something is the question, as Divinity Uprising have a firm control of the lead, now only taken by NRX.
Well, 131 to 56, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There is no grand prize for anybody that guesses who is going to win match number 1. It has already reached a point of no return right now for NRX Jeremiah. They just need to go in to search and destroy and attempt a win there. Because Divinity Uprising, with just 9 more points, they have gotten this victory, and what a tremendous win this is over the Kings of Garena, Call of Duty Mobile.
What a round that we just saw from Divinity Uprising. 1-for-1, 63, and this map is firmly in their control. This is going to be a lead taken by them. Map number 1 will go firmly in the pocket of Divinity Uprising. All they have to do is just take this for the next 6 seconds, and that's going to be it. While NRX are, we're actually still putting up a fight here, yes, but I don't think this is going to last for long. As soon as this hard point expires, it's probably going to go firmly in the way of Divinity Uprising. Divinity, it might be hard to take this one specifically in the courtyard, but yeah, I mean, they're still firmly in the lead here and firmly in control of what's happening.
They've already rotated, and it looks like they're also attempting for the next hard point. NRX Jeremiah is not giving up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If anybody is watching this right now, they've left just Jay-Z in here to protect this hard point whilst they've moved over to the next hard point. But look at this. With just 1 second in there, Divinity manages to go in and sneak off 1 point away. And right now, that's just leaving them with 5 more, and NRX will park themselves very comfortably at this hard point. Divinity needs to try every single bit, and there you go, Black and Blue. Just like you said, right? They just need a few seconds in there. But NRX, what a fight back from them.
Yeah, I mean, very valiant effort from NRX, but as we expected here, AJ, Divinity Uprising take a map number 1, going their way. Standoff is firmly in the pocket, and NRX just seemed lost. I know the points is like 150 to 93 or 99, 98 maybe, but really, it was a lot more dominant for the side of Divinity than the score seems to lead on. I mean, a lot of those points that NRX did get, not to hate on them, but really the real fact is that they were given by Divinity because like, okay, you guys can cap that, we'll just wait it out and play safe, and we'll take the next point easily, and that's what they did.
Yeah, but I don't know, right? I don't know, because a few people are accusing the Mustachio of being an NRX fanboy, saying that I'm very biased towards NRX. But people can't change facts, right? Facts are facts, and the Kings of Call of Duty Mobile, NRX Jeremiah 2911. This is not the way they usually play, and I really feel like they are on a journey to just get themselves qualified, and they don't really need to do much because Impunity is doing themselves a disservice by not winning any rounds. And KLASIKO Rampage look like they are very near to relegation as well. But anyway, the results are ready, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's jump over, get a quick refresher as to what happened in match number 1 as they lost. NRX Jeremiah losing 95 to 150. They did go in there at the very last minute because they were like, wait, if we lose 250 points, maybe that's a little too much. Let's grab a few back in there, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very close at the end, it seems like, but really a lot of control being established by Divinity. And so Divinity, a great opening start by them. We're going to be moving into firing range on map number 2. What do you think is going to happen here, AJ? I think, NRX might have a chance of actually doing something here.
I think they might just pull one back in here because towards the last part of that match in there, we could see them just kind of rising up from the ashes. They kind of wanna win this, and I don't think they wanted to lose that match by that much, even if they wanted to put up a fight, right? So I think it will be NRX for that search and destroy, but Divinity will be doing their very best to go in here for a 3-0 today.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very difficult to stop, Divinity from doing this, but Divinity, I mean, man, that's what they're looking at, and that's what it kind of seems like is going to happen. Hopefully for NRX, I know lots of NRX fans are out there in the chat, so they want NRX to take a map, and I don't blame them, but sorry, guys, I don't think they're going to win this series, but, of course, we can't say that yet. NRX, obviously, we can't count them out being the champs of the world. They will always be awarded, the benefit of the doubt because they're one of the best teams in the world, for a matter of fact. And so NRX, Jeremiah, it is their chance now to bring this back 1-1 in the series, and they're going to be starting the attacking side. NRX finding opening pick on Shadap already here. Great find with the frag utility working their way.
Yeah, with a grenade on top of everything else, right? Shadab's not going to be too happy with that at all. Whoopi in here. It's a quick plant by Crush right now with Whoopi right there behind him for the defense. The trophy system has been placed as well, so it's a good play in here thus far by NRX to take point number 1. They are on the attack, right? So the attacking side always calls the pace of the game. And just like that, we have 28 seconds for Divinity Uprising to pull this off. But Whoopi with that one mistake, Heaven as well as Irfan J will capitalize on that situation. Heaven with another frag in there. No, he doesn't. He misses it. But I think Cord it was who took Idra out from the back. Insane Dio going down as well. Irfan J takes out Crush, and that is about it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. With Candy out of the way, the defusal will be set in, and Divinity will take round number 1.
A great retake on the post plant there coming in from Divinity Uprising, and that is what we expected from them. NRX, good initial entry into, the A site, but in the end of it, Divinity Uprising are spectacular on the retakes, and that's exactly why you can see now they have 2 players here towards the B site, and you have a rotation player playing there from the back alley, from midway rather, and Shadap, a double kill going his way. Whoopi and Candy fall down one after the other, and that is a great start coming in once again here from Shadap. He has been spectacular so far in the series already at map number 2.
Absolutely, man. With Shadap as well as Heaven on those snipes, I don't think it's much of a choice in here on firing range, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. With Jay-Z, Idra, as well as Crush going in here for the push. The bomb might have rotated over to Bravo already. There you go. Insane Dio just on the wait for them. Make your move, NRX says Insane Dio, and I will show you exactly how we rain the bullets down on you. Heaven going in here for a quick scope, but nobody is home for him to take down. A quick plant right now. But Shadap will go on to take Crush out.
He has found every single frag here in this round for Divinity Uprising, and with no much less expected, he is pulling out so far. Shadap and Incendio is going to be Incendio and Heaven rather to close it off after a very clean round, only losing 1 member in that round there. Divinity Uprising, they are looking really, really good so far.
Yeah, and look, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let the Mustachio change the narrative a little bit, right? NRX Jeremiah no longer looks like the kings of Call of Duty Mobile right now, right? I mean, DVT is just outshining them left, right, center, not allowing NRX to set up a gameplay at all. Heaven goes in for the first frag. Crush has been eliminated already. Candy coming in here. God going to get taken down by him. Whoopi goes in for Heaven. Good frag in there. But what can they pull off here with a 3-on-3 situation right now? Jay-Z needs to go in for the plant. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Insane Dio is just on the prowl. Insane Dio is waiting for Candy with that wall bag. And Insane Dio, no matter how much he tries to pull off that gun, but he will not be able to do anything. Solid show here by NRX so far. Whoopi takes out Irfan J. Shut up on Whoopi. It's going to be a one-on-one situation right now. Shut up! Goes in, but at the end of the day, Candy will not be able to do anything. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your kings of MSP is at the moment dominating your kings of Garena Call of Duty Mobile.
What a big brain play coming in from Kendi. Unfortunately, he cannot secure that round that Shadap will take it in the pocket. He, so far, has been the MVP of this map, I have to say. Trophy system down, and he has a 50 in hand. He takes out Whoopi, one of the essential players from the side of NRX Jeremiah, and they wall bang on the JZ. Shadap is finding everything right now for Divinity Uprising. Spectacular play from him, and he is definitely the MVP so far. 3 rounds already in the pocket, and this might just be a 4th after 2 members are left alive now for NRX Jeremiah. Crush and Kendi, what can they do in this situation? It's going to be very dire as Crush is the only one left alive. AJ, this is going to be a round, I think, safe to say, for Divinity Uprising.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a crushing defeat for NRX, unfortunately. 3-0 right now, and it's going to be an easy 4-0 as Incendio gets crushed out of that situation, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Are we going to be able to see a 6-0 annihilation of the Kings of Garena Call of Duty Mobile? I think we might just do that, Black and Blue.
You know, the thing is here, this is not the NRX that we were expecting. They're on the attacking side, yes, but we were expecting them to do a lot better here, and that is to their credit. That's not to put them down, because we know NRX are a great and amazing team, probably one of the best in the world, at some point the best in the world. And to see this happening to NRX Jeremiah speaks to a testament of how amazing Divinity Uprising are playing in the MSP Major right now. They've already taken, though, finally some control here, and this might just be the first round going to NRX Jeremiah. It does seem like that way. There is no way that Cord can do this, right? He finds a frag in the Idra, but in the end, Whoopi will shut him down. And finally, a round for NRX Jeremiah as we move into the second half of this map number 2.
I mean, it's all for NRX to pick right now. By how many do they want to lose, or do they want to make a comeback in here and go in for a reverse sweep, right? Is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy at all, because you've given Divinity too many points. You can do that with a chump squad, but not with the Kings of MSP. Look at Incendio as he takes Whoopi out of the equation. It's a 5-on-4 situation with Crush going in here for the push. It looks like it's a Bravo focus right now for both of the squads. It is caught on here with the bomb, but the bomber will be hanging back. So good play for the time being. They don't want to drop this, right? With the 4, even with the 5-4 situation, Divinity not taking any chances at all. They still want one more takedown before they go in for the push.
I like that too, though. But, shut up. He legs him. Very low now, Crush. He has to fall back so he can get his health back up. Here, Shadap almost trying to pre-fire his teammate. He was going for the wall bang there in case they actually pushed the door there, Crush. But for now, Divinity Uprising are going to hold back, and they're going to, dial things back a bit. Not going to commit to the B side just yet. They know that they have lots of time to work with. 1 minute left on the clock, and that's what they're going to bide for now.
Oh, shut up with the 2 freaking P's. What the hell, bro? 1 bullet, 2 kills. Shut up is on freaking fire with the 3rd one to finish off that round, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And DVD will make it 5-1.
What a shot from Shadap. AJ, I don't know how he's been finding this. He's been finding collaterals this entire, MSP Major, and there we just saw another one after, some amazing clutches as well. Shadap just looking very, very good right now. Well, a frag going in the way once again. Idra does get taken down, and that is not a good start from NRX Jeremiah. They know that the take has to happen here on the A side now, that Blom will get planted down. Nobody from the side of NRX Jeremiah to stop this from happening. No denial coming in, and so they're going to have to go for the retake situation here. Will they be able to pull it off is the question. Jay-Z already inside the trailer. He's going to be playing the info game for now, not going to be too aggressive. Going to wait for his teammates to come and fall right into the rotation to be able to make this execute happen. But for now, 30 seconds left on the diffuser, and the Divinity Uprising, all they have to do right now is hold steadfast, as NRX are going to have to make a play.
Well, what sort of a play can NRX make? Because there you go, Heaven with the 2 P's in there. Incendio going insane as well. Crush goes in and takes Cord down. But how much can he do with nothing in there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Crush gets crushed. NRX gets crushed. It's a beautiful 6-1 victory and a 2-game lead right now. Can NRX pull one back? It doesn't look like it at all, Black and Blue. It doesn't.
It almost hurts, because I'm also from the Philippines too. So looking at NRX, kind of, the small, fan in me would like them to perform better, especially, being a fan of Call of Duty Mobile in general, knowing that these guys are the world champs. But in this case, Divinity are looking so good right now. They are 2-0 in very, very decisive fashion one of the best teams in the world at some point, maybe the best team in the world. And so Divinity Uprising, while they're doing this right now, they seem to be well on their way to coast to a 3-0 today here against NRX. And if this is a preview of things to come, AJ, it is not looking too well for NRX once we move into the further playoff stages of this tournament.
Absolutely, man. I mean, to anyone who stepped in here thinking that NRX could get an easy drum or maybe, fight Divinity Uprising on an equal footing, how much more wrong could they have been? Because Divinity Uprising, they show us a different side of them today, and they are not holding anything back at all. I mean, at the start of today, right, the results are ready, by the way, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's jump over to that screen, and the mustache will continue yapping, all right? As we move in, we'll give you guys a recap of the first 2 rounds, where Divinity just got those beautiful wins over NRX, 150 to 95, a late, attempt by NRX in game number 1, and then 6-1 was the annihilation they faced at firing range for that search and destroy. Black and Blue, if this continues, do you think NRX may lose a couple of fans?
I doubt they have some very, very hardcore, and committed fan base. You can see that there below in the chat. But, as we're coming into it, the only round that firing range won on Search and Destroy was round number 5, which is the last round of the half. And because of that, they were not able to bring that momentum further because, well, it was already the end of the half. So it's going to kind of reset things. And on the case of, of NRX, it's just not looking too well. We're going back into firing range on a mode that they did not perform well in yet well on domination. And so it's not looking too well for NRX right now. I'd like to hope for their sake that they can take this 1-2, at least take a map away from Divinity, give themselves even more of a fighting chance to make it into the top 4. I mean, they're already in the top 4, but you still want the points going your way. And so NRX, this is going to be the last map of the day, ladies and gentlemen, and NRX are going to have to pull something out of the bag in terms of points. Of course, they don't have to because they're still in the top 4, but it would be nice to see if this is like a preview of things to come.
I think Divinity is going to be able to sweep this under the feet of NRX, right? Although, yes, it is a whole different sort of a matchup. And NRX Jeremiah, they will take clearing area first. We can see the barracks hut is taking a while to get captured by Divinity Uprising, possibly because they're going to go in for the mid lane push. But unfortunately, NRX is already there, right? So it looks like NRX is quite focused on the way they play this will be able to either confirm or deny the Mustachio's theory. So let's see exactly how the boys from the Philippines take this on. 9-4 so far. Not much in there, but here we go.
A good opening lead from NRX Jeremiah. This is exactly what they needed. Hopefully, they can sustain this lead and push on forwards. Corp has a really good position here to actually help this B Bravo take, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Bravo control, I think, is going to be seized, but no. Oh, well, they're able to take him down, but not before they take Bravo. While the domination is going their way, I don't think that's going to last long. They're probably going to be able to take Alpha control here, if not Bravo as well. Whoopi, though, a great shot by him. Bravo control being denied, and so, for now, NRX and Jeremiah are going to have their lead cut into as the deficit is all tied up. Divinity Uprising take the lead now in return.
Oh, how could they allow that to happen, right? NRX Jeremiah, they had quite a good start in there, but Divinity just set themselves up for success in here by just eliminating them from Bravo. But going in for the takeover back, but the defense, the transform shield set up by Heaven there was just too good, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And right now, Divinity Uprising going in here for the triple cap, and it's a full-on lockdown for 3 seconds as NRX Jeremiah goes back in there and picks off clearing area for themselves.
Well, Charlie is still in their pocket here, NRX and Jeremiah, so that's something to work with. But Kendi is going to just rack them all down and sweeping through them like a mop in dirt. What a great play. Should not be able to find double kills going his way now here. And so Alpha and Bravo is still firmly in the control of Divinity Uprising. For now, all they have to do is sit back tightly because NRX and Jeremiah are going to have to make the play if they want something to happen. It is Divinity Uprising's map to lose right now. And so Alpha and Bravo being 2 very strong positions for them right now, especially looking at their positioning. There's finally an opening though as NRX and Jeremiah able to take out in front there and both Shadap as well.
Well, clearing area is the only place dominated by NRX right now. And looks like even that is going to be lost. But instantaneously, NRX switches over to the barracks hut. And there you go. DVT as well as NRX doing the switcheroo with the Alpha and Charlie sides. NRX crush coming in here right now. Bravo, maybe, but quite improbable as he gets taken down by Cord.
Whoopi finding a frag there on Shadop, and that's going to bring it now as we're about to end the first half. NRX and Jeremiah are going to be down quite a bit here. About 35 points is going to be the deficit, and that is going to end things off right in the pocket. A 30-point lead already by Divinity Uprising, and so NRX and Jeremiah, such not that big of a surmountable deficit. It is still something that they can come back into, and so I wouldn't count NRX out yet. What they have to do though is make a comeback here and take Bravo control early, because last round that's what they did, and I think they have to hold on to it for longer is the only difference that I will make.
Oh, Crush went in there, but unfortunately the trip mine, ladies, German boys and girls, is going to be a Bravo pick for Divinity. Oh, denied at the very last minute. Jay-Z as well as Warren right now coming in here. Are they going to be able to clear out Bravo as well as capture it? But the players from Divinity Uprising coming in here for the push as well. It's going to be Whoopi, but Crush goes in there, ladies, German boys and girls. Irfan J, unfortunately for all of them, NRX will not be able to pull Bravo back. But they go in and attempt anyway. Yet again, Heaven taken out this time by Daisy. And it's going to be a push. It's going to be a Fennec gameplay, ladies, German boys and girls. Alpha as well as Bravo currently held by the Kings of Call of Duty Mobile, Garena. But the Kings of MSP will not stand for this. They won a 3-0 victory. But in the meantime, NRX gets the triple cap, and it's a full-on lockdown, Black and Blue.
What a play here coming in from Whoopi with the Annihilator, and NRX Jeremiah have finally taken some domination over Divinity Uprising. This is their chance to make the comeback happen. Charlie Point is being seized, but it has now been denied. Then NRX are going to hold on to this full-on lockdown even longer. The gates are closed, and Divinity Uprising are knocking at them. Will they be able to throw them down is the question. NRX not going to let that happen easily. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie all firmly in the pocket, and the zippers have been tied up. Nothing they can do, Divinity Uprising right now, to take it away from them as they're all being picked off one by one. But Cord with a double kill there with the Annihilator of his own. He's finally going to get taken down though with a War Machine in the hands of Kendi, and Shadop will answer back with one of his own. Charlie Point finally being taken here by Divinity Uprising. The floodgates have been opened, and NRX Jeremiah have taken the lead.
Oh, they have the lead, but it's just by 6 points, ladies, German boys and girls. Alpha Bravo right now in the hands of NRX Jeremiah. Heaven in there with that Barracks Hut takedown. But unfortunately for him, Jay-Z would come in to say hello and please get out of my sight. He will clear out the markers from Barracks Hut, and Whoopi goes on a rampage. But already the VTOL is ready for Whoopi. Can he? Oh, gets taken down by Incendios cluster strike. He's going to be crushed right now, attempting to go in there. He's going to quit protective Charlie side for the time being. Whooping back in here. VTOL is now incoming missile, and the VTOL is out of the game just like that. And that's what I love about Divinity Uprising. They respond, the way they respond to all of the score streaks from these squads, ladies and gentlemen, boys. The BTX has won all the VTOLs. Just great. God comes back here. VTOL gameplay. But how long is this VTOL right now going to be staying up in the air? I don't think you've got anyone from NRX except for Kendi. And is that Kendi who managed to take him out? Warren Z, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with an FHJ gameplay. And we will continue pushing as Heaven gets taken down. XS1 Goliath in here for Bravo. Divinity Uprising with a full-on lockdown this time. Clearing area going to be taken up by Kendi. But what does Divinity care about? All they need to do is, oh, Heaven gets wiped out. But don't forget, Heaven still has a vehicle that he hasn't brought back in here. Clearing area almost taken by NRX Jeremiah, but eliminated at the very last moment. And Divinity Uprising still have the point, and they equalize with Heaven vehicle up in the air right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, Black and Blue, you take over, man. I can't take this anymore.
a full-on artillery barrage here. AJ is what we're seeing right now as Divinity pull out a VTOL after VTOL after VTOL, trying to make this comeback happen, and they have successfully done so. The gates are now closed once again, and this is going to be a map number 3 as Candy has a VTOL of his own. That's gonna be it. There's no way that they can bring it back. And what a example they made out of NRX Jeremiah. As you said, AJ, what really stands teams apart like Divinity is how they answer back to these type of situations. NRX were able to dominate them, but in that stead, they knew that Divinity were cooking something up, and Divinity, what a answer, what a response to the domination of NRX Jeremiah, pulling out 4 VTOLs of their own. Nothing NRX could do in that situation. Non-stop destruction, and well, Divinity take a commanding 3-0 over NRX.
And whenever NRX did bring that VTOL out, that VTOL didn't really last up in the sky to do much damage at all, because the instant response that comes in from the Divinity players is get the bird out of the sky if we want to continue going in for the push, right? And NRX did go in there and they took the lead back, but not for long at all. It was Divinity all the way, NRX for a while, and then Divinity would go ahead to cross the finishing line. 3 games in the bag. I mean, has NRX lost 3-0 thus far? I don't think so,
no.
right?
No, they have not. This is the first time they've lost to any team 3-0 here at the MSP Major. So the most they've lost is 2-1 against PDR REBORN and against VVV Esports. But for the first time, they just got swept.
Oh, they got swept, and they got swept badly, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There's no way in hell that would have been an easy pill to swallow, right? Because we went into the game number 1. It was hard point. We saw them try to stage a comeback. That was too last minute, right? They gave too big of a lead there. And then when we went into domination, just when it looked like the boys from the Philippines were able to stand up to the juggernauts from Singapore, they were snuffed out, and they were snuffed out bad. And now I fear for NRX Jeremiah 29-11, because if we go ahead and refresh our scoreboard here, ladies, German boys and girls, they haven't been able to get those 3 wins. Divinity Uprising have managed to get up on top of RSG with their 3 points. Black and blue, I don't know, man. I don't.
Well, let's take a breather as we go back into the highlights and see how this 3-map series played out at the end of it. Let's go into the highlights right now, guys. And so you saw here on our map number 1, playing on hardpoint, Divinity Uprising, an early lead already taken by them. NRX Jeremiah were able to bring it to about 90 points in their favor, but really those were all given up by Divinity because they were playing for the next point. They were playing safer here, Divinity, trying to read how NRX would play, not going for anything too risky. They didn't really play their style, while Divinity, they still dictated the pace. They did not play the Divinity style that we're known for, and so they just let them cap what they did, but still came away with the round. Map number 2, AJ, this was something to write home about as well.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, it was Divinity all the freaking way in there, but Shut Up just going insane with his frags, right? I mean, back to back to back. This guy was just absolutely unstoppable. This was the double kill. Oh, and it was just too spicy. Things like this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we only see when players fight bots, okay? And today, Divinity Uprising made NRX Jeremiah, the kings of Garena Call of Duty Mobile, look like bots.
Very harshly said there, AJ, but I mean, it's kind of hard to doubt you right now with, just getting 3-0'd. You got 3-0'd by arguably also one of the best teams in the world, but still NRX, this is not what we're expecting from them. It almost seems like you'd have expected them to be at the bottom of the leaderboard considering how they played against Divinity. Of course, when they do move up here, you can see the results right now, 150, 95, 6-1, and 150, 128. That last map was very, very close, something to write home about for sure. But still, at the end of it, we expect NRX to go further into this tournament. Of course, we expect them to be in the top 4, and they are most assuredly a lock in for top 4 if they can perform the way that we're knowing them to play. But
correct,
when they go into it, they will probably face Divinity once again if things align. And so for the side of NRX, I'm hoping that for their favor they can play NRX will, but to talk about the champ or the winners rather so far of this series, Divinity Uprising, man, I think they are kind of a shoe-in for the top slot right now. They have I believe, finally taking the lead, 19 points to the 18 of RSG. And we're going to show you guys the leaderboard, the final standings right now.
Yeah, let's go. Let's see who's on top and who is at the bottom. Right at the bottom, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Impunity with the 3 points. And right above them, tied with the 10 points, 5th, 6th, and 7th place taken up by PDR Reborn, Triple V CONQUERORS, as well as KLASIKO Rampage.
Well, you can see here for the top 4, NRX firmly in place. They are 2 points above PDR Reborn. That can shift very fast, though, very quickly, as VVV Esports have done the same exact thing to them. They've now taken a 2-point lead, and VVV Esports, at the end of, I think, day 1, they were at 5th or 6th place, and they are now here at 3rd. So they've made this climb up the leaderboard. It is possible to do. You can see here, PDR Reborn, VVV CONQUERORS, and KLASIKO are all tied up at 10 as well. But let's move up the leaderboards a bit. RSG at 18, they won 2-1 in their off-stream game, and DIVINITY UPRISING taking a 3-0 win over NRX will put them firmly in the lead right now with 19 points, 1 over RSG. And these 2 teams at the top right now, DIVINITY UPRISING and RSG, are the teams to look out for. They are what I'm projecting, I think, and what both of us are projecting to, I think, make it to the finals, if anything, here at the MSP Major.
Absolutely correct. But Michael Kya Belaya, the Mustachio, has got his eyes on you, buddy. I see what is happening. It might work, but it might backfire terribly, my friends. It might work, but it might backfire terribly, right? Because DIVINITY UPRISING, as well as Resurgence, they are not holding back anything as they step forward in here. They just want to go ahead and they want to crush, right? So NRX, Jeremiah 29:11, if they don't start stepping their game up, people are going to think that they are a bunch of chumps. Whether or not they want that or they don't want that, it is all up to Michael, their coach. So we will see exactly what happens at the tomorrow, to be specific.
Well, yeah, tomorrow is going to be day 5 of the group stages, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a 7-day group stage. So there are still 3 more days, lots of points to be awarded, lots of points to be taken, and lots of spots to be swapped in and out of the leaderboard. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we just saw a very, very, very good day here at day number 4 of the group stages. Do, of course, follow the pages and more to be able to find out the updates on what is happening. Of course, guys, that is going to be it for today. We played all our series out, and the results also have been released. So, guys, for today, I am Black and Blue. With me, the Mustachio AJ. We're going to be back tomorrow, day number 5, the group stages of MSP Major. We're going to see even more amazing Call of Duty Mobile action here. Lots of highlights today alone are going to be added to the highlight reels for sure, with some exemplary plays by Shut Up and whatnot. But for now, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna sign out. Peace out. We're gonna see you guys tomorrow at group stages, day number 5. That's gonna be it for me. That's gonna be it for AJ for the day. See you guys tomorrow.
Good night and goodbye, guys.